My beloved, this moment, this sacred breath in time is not coincidence. It has been divinely orchestrated, arranged by my unseen hand from eternity past. You have not stumbled here by accident. You were drawn, pulled gently but unmistakably by the gravity of my love, by the whisper of my purpose planted within your soul, long before your first cry echoed in the world. Yes, I have watched you, not distantly, not passively, but as a father who never slumbers, never turns his face away, never ceases to care. I have seen the battles you waged in silence, the nights your pillow was soaked in tears no one knew about, the days you moved through the world cloaked in strength, yet hollow with pain inside. I saw it all. I heard the cries you never dared voice, and every one of them reached me. They were sacred to me. You questioned at times, where is God in all of this? You wondered if I had turned away, if I had left you to fight alone. But hear this truth that now thunders from my throne into your life. I never left. I never turned my gaze. I was closer than your breath, nearer than the beat of your heart. In the moments you felt most alone, I was holding you. I was the strength that helped you rise again when you didn't know how you would. I was the whisper of hope when despair tried to silence you. And now the time has come. This season is not just a phase. It is a holy appointment, a divine unveiling. I am no longer speaking through symbols or distant echoes. I am speaking clearly, directly. I'm declaring over your life. The time is here. The battle that has long surrounded you, the inner heaviness that has clung to you like a shadow, it is ending. Not because you finally earned your release, but because I have declared it. Because my mercy is greater than your flaws. Because my compassion moves me to act on your behalf. The enemy who tried to silence you, who whispered lies to your heart about your worth and your future, has now been confronted, not by your strength, but by mine. He came with accusations. He came with memories, with shame, with fear. But I stood before him and spoke one word that silences all condemnation. Mine. You are mine. Bought with a price. Redeemed not with silver or gold, but with the precious blood that still cries out from eternity, speaking a better word. Freedom, healing, belonging. This is not merely a word to comfort you. This is a word to awaken you. You are stepping into a new chapter, one marked by clarity, purpose, and the undeniable presence of my Spirit moving in your midst. I am opening doors no one can shut. I am shifting things in the unseen realm so that what once resisted you must now yield. Not later, not eventually, but now. For my voice has been released, and when I speak, creation bends to obey. Every spiritual law aligns with my decree, and I have spoken. Your time has come. Yet, child, I do not force. My love invites. It beckons. Will you receive what I am saying, not just with your mind, but with the full surrender of your heart? Will you open yourself fully to me, not part way, not with hesitation, but with trust? Because this moment, though sacred, is not indefinite. What I'm doing now is a window, a gate, an opening into the deeper life you were always meant to live. It cannot be entered with divided focus. It cannot be received through passivity. It requires a holy yes. Speak it now, even in a whisper. Say within yourself or aloud where you sit, Lord, I hear you. I believe you. I say yes. That agreement is not small. It's not symbolic. It is powerful. It places your spirit in alignment with my will. And once you come into agreement with heaven, earth must follow suit. What held you back before will begin to release you. The tightness in your soul will start to unwind. My light will fill the spaces where darkness tried to linger. You are not just stepping out of difficulty, you are stepping into destiny. This, my child, is not a temporary blessing. It is not a passing encouragement. It is a transformation. And it begins now. Feel the change. It has already started. You sense it, don't you? The stirring within. The gentle knowing that you're not who you were even a moment ago. That's not imagination. That's the evidence of my spirit at work. I am drawing you deeper, not into striving, but into stillness. Not into performance, but into presence. Into a trust so deep, so real, it will carry you through storms and valleys with unshakable peace. Do not harden your heart. Do not tell yourself this is too good to be true. I am not like the world. I do not make promises I cannot keep. My word is flawless, my timing perfect, and my love, child, is endless. You are known. You are seen. You are valued beyond measure. And this moment is your turning point. Not because everything will suddenly be easy, but because you will never again walk alone in confusion. You are no longer in hiding. You are no longer beneath shame. I am lifting your head. I am placing my hand upon your life and saying, this one will rise. This one is mine. I have begun a good work in you, and I will bring it to completion. Now that your spirit has received my word, now that your heart has whispered yes, even faintly, even trembling, I will begin to build within you what the world cannot destroy. The yes you gave, even if small, was a seed planted into the eternal. And what I plant grows, what I nurture thrives. My beloved, this moment marks a divine inflection point in your journey. The old weight is lifting, the old chains are breaking, the identity built around surviving is giving way to the identity born of your true belonging in me. Let me be clear, your past has not disqualified you. In fact, I have woven every experience, every loss, every betrayal, every disappointment into the fabric of something sacred. You saw broken pieces, but I saw the blueprint for redemption. What the enemy tried to use to destroy you, I have transformed into holy ground. The pain that seemed to have no purpose has now become the very place from which I will raise new life. Do not curse the seasons of sorrow, for I was there, planting deeper roots, stretching your capacity, shaping your spirit to carry what I am now releasing into your hands. I have seen how weary you became in the waiting. You did not always feel strong, yet you did not give up. That quiet endurance, though unseen by others, was a song of worship to me. Every tear was a testimony. Every silent act of trust, a sacred offering. You thought I had not noticed? But child, heaven was watching. The angels stood in awe as you chose faith over fear, surrender over bitterness. And now, I am responding. Now, I am moving. This is not just restoration, it is vindication. I am restoring not merely what was taken, but what was never even given to you that should have been. The love you were denied, the affirmation you craved, the opportunities stolen by others' cruelty or life's injustice. I, the righteous judge, am making all things right. Not in theory, but in tangible ways you will see and feel. The people who overlooked you will see my favor on you and know it was not man who lifted you, but me. The doors that slam shut will now swing wide, not by your striving, but by my decree. I'm not simply solving a problem, I'm revealing a deeper truth. You have never been forgotten. You are not passed over. Your name is written on my hand, your tears collected in my bottle, your prayers stored in the bowls of heaven. Not one has been wasted. Not one has been ignored. The waiting season was not punishment, it was preparation. I was growing your roots so that when the winds of favor blow, you would not be uprooted. I was deepening your well so that when joy returns, it would overflow with purity and strength. And joy is returning. Make no mistake, a deep, holy joy that cannot be shaken by circumstances, a joy not born of fleeting happiness, but of divine assurance, the kind of joy that makes others marvel, the kind of joy that silences fear and makes darkness retreat. It's already stirring in you, that quiet sense of peace, that lifting of heaviness, that stillness even in the midst of questions. This is my joy rising in you, and it will strengthen you beyond what you imagined possible. But hear me, dear one, this rising requires release. You must let go. Let go of what no longer serves you. Let go of relationships that drain your spirit, of thoughts that accuse and belittle, of narratives that keep you small. I'm inviting you into something greater, into a way of being where striving is replaced by rest, where shame is overtaken by honor, where confusion gives way to clarity. But to walk this path, you cannot carry the weight of who you used to be. That version of you, the one formed by fear and rejection, must now fall away like an old garment. Yes, it may be uncomfortable. The unfamiliar often feels threatening at first, but I assure you, what I am leading you into is far more expansive than what you're leaving behind. You are not losing yourself. You are finally finding yourself. The self I always saw. The self I breathed into being with delight and intention. The self the world tried to bury but could never destroy. That is who is awakening now. That is who is beginning to shine. Not because of effort, but because my light within you is breaking through. You are in a sacred transition, child, and in this passage, things may feel unstable. You may question what's real, what's lasting. But remember this, I am your anchor. I do not change. My love for you is not seasonal or situational. It is eternal. It holds you steady when everything else seems to shift. And in this sacred unsteadiness, I am building something unshakable within you. A trust so deep, a knowing so rooted, that no storm will ever again make you question your place in my heart. Let the past be past. Let it go, not in bitterness, but in peace. Forgive not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. Release not as an act of weakness, but as a holy act of alignment with my will. I'm leading you forward, not backward. What is ahead is greater than what is behind. The future I have planned for you is filled with hope, with divine appointments, with purpose that fits you like your own skin. And all of it flows from this one truth: you are mine, and I am with you. Do not shrink back now. Do not doubt your worth or question your readiness. If you were not ready, I would not be speaking this to you. I would not be moving like this in your life. You are ready because I have made you ready. You're stepping into a holy assignment, and I will walk every step with you. This is more than a new season. This is a new identity, a holy unveiling, a sacred rising. You are being transformed, not by effort, but by presence. My presence in you, with you, upon you. Look now, beloved, and see what I am doing within you. Let your heart absorb this moment not as a fleeting experience, but as a sacred transformation. The veil is being lifted. The fog is clearing. That internal pull you've been feeling, that hunger for more than just survival, for clarity, for truth, for purpose, is not your imagination. It is my spirit awakening something eternal inside of you. It is me, your creator, calling you to rise. To live no longer from the outside in, but from the inside out, from the eternal place where my spirit dwells within you. You have always sensed there was more than the noise, more than the confusion, more than the limitations spoken over you by broken people and broken systems. And you were right. That sense of something more was not discontentment, it was destiny. It was me whispering to your soul that you were made for more than just enduring life. You were created to embody divine purpose, to radiate my presence, to walk in authority, and to carry healing into broken spaces. But before you could be entrusted with such weight, your foundation had to be reformed, and that is what I have been doing all along. In every season of silence, in every delay that felt like denial, in every loss that shattered your illusions, I was not punishing you. I was preparing you, breaking apart the scaffolding of false identity so I could rebuild you on the truth that will not crumble. I could not let you build a life on sand, no matter how pretty it looked. I love you too much for that. You see, child, what I am giving you now isn't just a new chapter. It's a new language, a new rhythm, a new way of walking. This is not simply about getting through hard times. This is about learning to live from a place where hard times no longer define you. I'm exchanging your striving for stillness, your fear for fortitude, your guilt for grace. Not because you earned it, not because you figured everything out, but because I have chosen you, because I have set you apart, because I take delight in you. You may not feel qualified. You may look at others and feel behind, feel small, feel forgotten, but what they have is not what you need. What I've placed in you cannot be compared. It is not louder. It is deeper. It is not for show. It is for impact. I do not measure by numbers, applause, or human achievement. I measure by surrender. And your surrender, even in weakness, has become the vessel through which I am now pouring my glory. You who thought your brokenness disqualified you are precisely the one I am raising, not in arrogance, but in humble confidence, not to dominate, but to illuminate. You are not a mistake I'm trying to repair. You are a masterpiece I am unveiling. And this unveiling will not be like anything you've experienced before. It will be slow, sacred, undeniable, not with trumpets and spotlights, but with steady clarity and quiet confirmation. You'll begin to see the fruit. You'll begin to sense the shift. Not all at once, but undeniably. Not because you pushed, but because you aligned. Yes, there will still be moments of doubt. That's part of being human. But now, doubt will no longer govern your decisions. It will not define your direction. For I am building a confidence in you that is not of this world. A confidence that rests not on outcomes, but on intimacy with me. You will begin to walk through doors not because you forced them open, but because you walked in step with my spirit. You will speak, not to impress, but to impart. You will love, not for approval, but from overflow. And the ones who see you, the ones whose paths cross yours, they will notice something different. They will not always be able to name it, but they will feel it. My presence on you, my peace in you, my wisdom through you. This is what it means to become a vessel, a temple, a carrier of my light. You do not need to preach to be powerful. You do not need a platform to be influential. You simply need to remain open, attentive, humble. Do not be surprised if some people begin to fall away, if old patterns lose their pull. This is not rejection. It is realignment. I am making room for what you've prayed for, room for what I've prepared for you. You cannot carry new glory with old burdens. You cannot move into the sacred while clinging to the familiar. And yes, I know letting go is hard, but I promise you, what I am bringing is better. Not just more comfortable, better, more holy, more lasting, more real. You're not just being elevated, you're being purified. Not to diminish you, but to prepare you. You carry something precious, and precious things must be guarded. This is why I'm making you more sensitive, why certain environments feel heavier, why some conversations no longer feel right. I'm protecting your spirit, training your discernment, sharpening your awareness. This sensitivity is not weakness. It is a sign of maturity, a mark of growth. Trust the process, trust me. I'm not a distant deity making demands. I am your Father, walking with you through every step of this transformation. When you're weary, lean into me. When you're unsure, ask me. When you're afraid, let me hold you. You don't have to pretend to be strong. Your honesty is more precious to me than your perfection. Your surrender is more beautiful than your striving. You are becoming, and what is being formed in you is glorious. Do not rush it. Do not shrink back. Keep saying yes, and I will keep leading you. The world is not waiting for a perfect version of you. It is waiting for the real you, the one I see, the one now rising. Now, my child, feel the shift taking root deep within your spirit. This is not merely a word for comfort. It is a summons, a divine commissioning. You have stood long enough in the shadows of hesitation. You have waited at the edge of your potential, afraid to move forward because of what was said, what was done, what you once believed about yourself. But I, the Lord your God, am removing the residue of those lies. I am tearing down the walls that shame built, the fortresses of fear that once kept you contained. This is the hour of movement. This is the moment of emergence. Let it settle in your soul. I have chosen you, not someday, not later, now, not because you have everything together, but because you have yielded, because in the secret places you cried out not just for escape, but for purpose. And I heard you. I have seen the depths of your longing, and I am answering. But hear me well. What I am doing in your life now is not just for you. It is for every soul I will reach through you, every life that will be changed, because you chose to say yes again and again. You are not just being rescued, you are being sent, not to strive, not to perform, but to reveal, to radiate, to carry the aroma of heaven into places that have forgotten what hope smells like. You are my instrument, not because of your strength, but because of your surrender. You are my messenger, not because of eloquence, but because your heart is open. Do you see, child? My power is made perfect in your weakness. My glory shines brightest in your humility. You don't need to be impressive, you just need to be available. So open your eyes and see what I've placed around you. See the people who are waiting, not for a sermon, but for a glimpse of something real. For someone to show them that love is more than a concept, that peace is more than a phrase, and that someone is you, not because you are perfect, but because you carry me. And where I dwell, healing flows. Restoration follows. Light invades darkness without needing permission. You will not need to announce this transformation. It will be evident. Your peace will preach. Your presence will shift atmospheres. Your joy will confront despair without speaking a word. Because I, the living God, will be evident in you. Not through dramatic displays, but through the quiet authority that comes from intimacy with me. You will notice it in small things, in how you respond differently, in how you no longer feel the need to prove your worth, in how your inner stillness becomes stronger than the chaos around you. And yes, you will be tested, not to destroy you, but to reveal what has changed. Old triggers will arise, but you will notice the power they once had is gone. Old voices may whisper again, but their volume will be lower. You will begin to recognize the lies not as truth, but as distant echoes of a story you no longer live in. This is what freedom looks like. Not the absence of challenge, but the presence of clarity, the confidence of knowing who you are and whose you are. I'm not merely adjusting your circumstances. I'm awakening your identity. You are no longer the one who hides. You are the one who carries light. You are no longer the one who breaks under pressure. You are the one who stands with grace. And this strength you feel rising, it is not self-made. It is sourced from me. It flows from the secret place where you have met me again and again, where you laid down your pride, your fear, your questions, and found me faithful. That space, our secret place, is where you will be sustained. Do not abandon it when things get busy. Guard it like treasure. Retreat to it often. There I will refresh you. There I will give you strategies the world cannot teach. There I will restore what the world tries to steal. My voice will anchor you. My word will nourish you. And my presence will be your rest. Do not be surprised if others don't understand this journey. Some will question. Some will distance themselves. But do not chase those who walk away. I am drawing those who are aligned with your new season. Those who see you not through the lens of your past, but through the clarity of my purpose on your life. I am sending divine connections, people who will pray for you, speak life to you, and walk beside you without competition or confusion. And as you move forward, you will begin to see the signs. Doors will open that were once sealed. Opportunities will appear that don't make sense on paper, but feel right in your spirit. You will walk through, not with anxiety, but with assurance. Because your steps are being ordered by me, you won't have to chase what is meant for you. It will find you, drawn by the alignment of your heart with my will. This is the rhythm of grace, not striving but flowing, not performing but abiding. And in this rhythm, you will begin to notice miracles in the mundane, breakthroughs in quiet moments, clarity without explanation, favor that follows you, not because of effort, but because of alignment. This is what it means to walk with me, to live not by sight, but by the certainty of my promises. You have crossed a threshold. There is no going back to who you were, and though that may feel frightening, it is also holy. For the only thing you're losing is the version of yourself that could not carry what I'm about to give you. The fear, the doubt, the need for approval, they are being shed. What remains is the true you, the one I saw before the world spoke its confusion over you, the one I created in love, for love, to reveal my love. My beloved, feel the firmness of this truth under your feet. You're walking on holy ground, not because of where you stand in the physical, but because of where your spirit now stands in alignment with mine. This path you're on, it's not man-made, not designed by systems or dictated by opinions. It is carved by my own hand, traced out by my infinite wisdom, formed for you long before your first breath. You are walking a path I ordained, and I walk it with you. You do not need to understand everything to move forward. What I require from you is not perfect understanding, but perfect trust. Trust in me, trust in my timing, trust in my voice, even when it challenges your logic, even when it confronts your fears. Because faith doesn't always feel comfortable, but it always leads to freedom. I am not asking you to leap blindly. I am asking you to step boldly. For with each step in my direction, I will meet you with provision, with strength, with confirmation that you are not walking alone. There is a rhythm to this journey. It is not a sprint. It is not a race to earn approval. It is a walk, steady, deliberate, sacred. And this rhythm will guide your decisions. You will learn to move when I move, to pause when I pause, to speak only when my spirit leads. This will be different than how you once lived. You used to react from fear. Now you will respond from discernment. You used to strive for worth. Now you will move from already being chosen. This shift is subtle but powerful. It is the difference between being driven and being led. And being led by me is the safest, most powerful way to live. I am not just pointing the way from afar. I am beside you, guiding you with my eye upon you, with my spirit within you. I will whisper instructions when no one else hears. I will nudge you gently when your thoughts start to drift. I will alert you when danger is near, and I will comfort you when the weight feels too heavy. You are not wandering aimlessly. You are being shepherded by the one who sees the end from the beginning. I want you to notice how different this season feels, not because there are no challenges, but because there is peace even in the midst of them. That peace is not a trick of the mind. It is the fruit of my presence. It is the evidence that I'm not only near, I am at work. Where once you would have crumbled under pressure, now you will find yourself standing, not because you are stronger, but because I am upholding you. My spirit within you is your strength. My word over you is your security. Do not second guess what I am doing in you, just because others don't understand it. The path I've laid for you is not a replica of theirs. It is unique, precise, holy, and not everyone can walk it with you. Some connections were for a season. Some companions were only meant to travel a short distance. Do not grieve their departure. Celebrate the purpose they served, bless them, and move forward. I am bringing the right people into your life for this next stretch. People who will speak life, not drain it. Who will sharpen you, not distract you. You are being positioned, placed where your gifts will not be hidden, positioned where your words will carry weight, where your presence will bring shift. But I want you to remember this. Your influence flows from your intimacy with me. Stay close. Stay rooted. Let no applause lift you beyond the posture of dependence. Let no criticism drag you beneath the truth of your identity. You are not what people say about you. You are who I say you are. You're not moved by tides of public opinion. You are anchored in eternal truth. And here is the truth. You are rising. You are being refined, recalibrated, and released into the fullness of who I made you to be. Not as a copy, not as a diluted version, but as the authentic, radiant vessel I designed from the beginning. Do not minimize what I've placed in you. Do not hide it to make others comfortable. You are not responsible for their reaction. You are responsible for your obedience. Shine with boldness, not arrogance. Move with grace, not apology. Speak with conviction, not fear. You will begin to notice this courage rising, not all at once, but consistently, not from striving, but from yielding. As you remain in me, I will flow through you. I will give you words when you stand before those in need. I will show you what to do when you face unfamiliar terrain. You will no longer depend on formulas or the approval of others. You will be led by my whisper. And that whisper will lead you into places you once thought were off limits, places of impact, of transformation, of divine appointment. Every part of your life, even the most painful, will begin to make sense in my light. I will show you how I've used your wounds to birth wisdom, how the places you bled are now places you heal others. You are not defined by your scars. They are marks of grace, reminders of the battles you survived and the breakthroughs I delivered. What you thought was disqualification is now your testimony. What once silenced you will now be the source of your boldest declaration. My God delivers, my God restores, my God leads. This season is not just about your personal breakthrough. It is about your public testimony, and your life will testify, even without speaking, how you forgive, how you love, how you rise after falling, how you move with purpose, even in uncertainty. These things will speak louder than any sermon. They will draw others not to you, but to me. You are a signpost, not a destination, and the light I've placed in you will always point back to its source. So walk forward now, not because you have all the answers, but because you know the one who does. Not because you feel ready, but because I've declared you prepared. You are not walking into confusion. You are walking into clarity. You are not walking into battle alone. You are walking in step with heaven's host. And every step forward is a step into your promise. My beloved, hear me now with the fullness of your heart. This path you walk is not one of random turns or uncertain wandering. It is a sacred procession, a divine unfolding, every step you take in obedience to. My whisper releases greater purpose, greater presence, and greater peace. You have not missed your moment. You have not fallen behind. I am not pacing you by earthly clocks, but by the movement of eternity. My timing is flawless, and you, my child, are exactly where you need to be to receive the next outpouring of my purpose in your life. You have carried weight in silence. You've borne burdens others never saw, navigating trials that tried to steal your very voice. But now, the silence is breaking. Not just yours, but mine. The quiet season where it seemed I was still has ended. I am speaking clearly, moving openly, working in ways that even your natural eyes will begin to see. The spiritual realm above you has been activated, and what has been held up is now being released. The doors that were sealed are now swinging open, not by your might, but by my decree. This release isn't just external, it's deeply internal. I'm clearing the clutter from your soul, the lingering shame, the old guilt, the false identities. You no longer need them. I never gave them to you. They were burdens others handed you, fears you absorbed, lies you believed because you were trying to survive. But you are no longer surviving. You are stepping into abundance, into clarity, into the version of yourself that was always known by me, even when you couldn't recognize her or him in the mirror. Let me tell you who you are as I see you. You are radiant. You are resilient. You are royal, not because of your pedigree, your performance, or your possessions, but because I called you mine, because my spirit dwells within you, because my fingerprints are on your very soul. Every gift you carry, every insight you've sensed, every whisper you've held in your heart, it came from me. It was a part of the divine blueprint I wrote before time began. You are not an accident. You are not an afterthought. You are an intentional creation of heaven. Now that creation is awakening. Your spiritual senses are sharpening. You're beginning to notice things differently. You see deeper. You feel more clearly. What once satisfied you now feels empty. That is not failure. It's growth. You're outgrowing what once contained you. This is not a regression. It's a release. You're not unraveling. You're unfolding. The old wineskin can no longer contain what I am pouring into you. It must be shed. And yes, that process may feel like loss at times, but understand, I am not taking from you to hurt you. I am removing what blocks you from receiving more. There is more, always more. More peace, more clarity, more divine encounters, more of my presence saturating your daily life until the boundary between sacred and ordinary disappears. You are being invited into a lifestyle of holy awareness, a constant communion, a walk where you are never out of touch with me, where your work, your relationships, your choices, all of them become expressions of divine alignment. This is the life you were made for. Not compartmentalized religion, but integrated presence. You are my dwelling place, not just on Sundays, but every hour of every day. This level of awareness brings responsibility. Yes, but not burden. I am not weighing you down. I am raising you up, lifting you above the noise, calling you into clarity. There will be temptations to shrink back, to blend in, to return to what felt familiar, but no longer fits. Do not yield to them. What I am doing in you is too precious to trade for comfort. You were not born for comfort. You were born for calling, for consecration. And consecration means being set apart, not to isolate you, but to illuminate you. I'm setting you apart to shine. In dark rooms, in confusing spaces, in broken relationships, you will be a lighthouse. Not because you're flawless, but because you're connected to the source. And people will be drawn, not to your charisma, but to your clarity. They'll sense something unshakable in you. They won't always understand it, but they will be drawn to it. That's because what you carry is eternal. And eternity always calls out to eternity. Do not fear this spotlight. It is not one that exposes to shame. It is one that reveals the beauty of who you truly are. I will protect your heart. I will guide your steps. I will give you the words when you are called to speak, and the silence when wisdom requires restraint. I am forming your character even as I release your calling. I am teaching you to steward influence with humility, to lead without domination, to serve without losing yourself. You will be a different kind of leader, one whose strength flows from stillness, whose authority is rooted in compassion. And yes, there will be opposition. The enemy sees the shift, and he trembles. He cannot stop what I've started in you, but he will try to distract, to discourage, to deceive. Do not give him your attention. Do not argue with darkness. Just shine. Do not wrestle with shadows. Just walk in the light. Every step you take in obedience is a defeat for the one who stands against you. He has no authority where I have already spoken victory. So keep moving, even if slowly, even if all you can do today is breathe and believe. That's enough. I'm not grading your pace. I'm walking with you at your rhythm. And every time you choose trust over fear, surrender over control, worship over worry, you are growing. You are advancing. You are becoming. This process cannot be rushed, but it cannot be stopped either. The transformation is real. The breakthrough is not coming. It's already begun. Your very presence is beginning to shift things around you. Your prayers are not bouncing off ceilings. They are shaping destinies. Your faith is not wasted. It is building a foundation that will hold up others as well. You're not alone in this. I am with you, for you, within you. You're walking into the greatest revelation of your life, not of what the world thinks about you, but of what I have always believed about you. You are my beloved, my vessel, my warrior, my light, and nothing will change that. Look up now, my precious child. Lift your gaze not to the noise around you, but to me, for I am the one who calls you higher, the one who parts the waters before you and calms the storms within you. You are entering not just a new chapter, but a divine ascent, a rising above what once held you down. The voices of fear, the shadows of doubt, the echo of old identities, they are fading because my voice is rising louder within you. You are no longer defined by what was. You are being shaped by what I am doing now. There is a momentum building around your life, not born of striving, but of surrender. Every act of trust you've chosen, even when it felt like nothing was changing, has been planting seeds in the unseen. Seeds that are now breaking the surface. You will see fruit, not just eventually, but now, in conversations that carry weight, in favor that finds you unexpectedly, in opportunities that match your heart more than your resume. What was once withheld is being released, because your heart is finally ready to carry it without letting it define you. Do you understand what this means? It means your foundation is secure. You no longer need success to feel seen. You no longer need approval to feel valuable. You no longer need control to feel safe. You are anchored in me. And because of that, you're now free. Free to create without fear of failure. Free to love without the need to be loved back. Free to obey even when the outcome is unclear. That is true freedom, not the absence of challenge, but the presence of unwavering identity. You're beginning to see yourself rightly, and in doing so, you're seeing others more clearly too. Your compassion is growing. Your patience is deepening. The same grace I've shown you is beginning to flow through you. You no longer feel the need to prove or defend or convince. You are rooted in truth, and truth does not shout. It simply stands. You are becoming a still presence in a chaotic world, a voice of calm in a storm of confusion. And that, my child, is a mighty work. I want you to see what I see when I look at you, not your mistakes, not your regrets, but your resilience, your purity of heart, your quiet strength, your willingness to keep showing up, to keep seeking me, even when you felt unsure. That's the beauty I see. That's the treasure I cherish. You are not defined by the moments you fell. You are defined by the truth that you got up. And every time you rose again, grace carried you. Not by might, not by your power, but by my Spirit. Let me remind you again, you are not behind. The pace I've set for you is holy. It's not about speed. It's about depth. I wasn't preparing you for a race. I was preparing you for endurance, for influence that doesn't burn out, for impact that isn't shallow. You weren't being delayed. You were being deepened. And now, the depth is about to overflow. Your voice will carry more than words. It will carry healing. Your steps will leave more than footprints. They will mark sacred ground. There are people I'm placing on your path, some who are hurting in ways they cannot articulate, and your presence, your peace, your listening ear will become a refuge for them. You won't always realize it, but you will be my answer to their secret prayers. Not because you have everything figured out, but because you've allowed me to be your source. You are becoming a river, not a reservoir. What I pour into you will flow through you. You won't have to force it. It will come naturally. And yes, the enemy will try to interrupt this flow. He will use distraction, accusation, comparison. But I have given you discernment. You will see it for what it is, not truth, but noise. Do not give it your attention. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your spirit aligned with my voice. And when fear tries to creep in, remind yourself out loud, I am not abandoned. I am not unseen. I am chosen, and I am equipped. These words are not affirmations. They are declarations of spiritual reality. Let your life now become a canvas on which my grace paints freely. Let the colors of kindness, the lines of truth, the shading of perseverance begin to form a masterpiece that reflects my glory. You may not see it all at once, but each day, each step, each act of obedience is a brushstroke. Trust the process. The image is coming together, and it will be breathtaking, not because it's perfect, but because it's real. You're being restored in ways that defy logic. You're being filled in areas that once felt perpetually empty. You're being given rest, not just physical, but soul-deep rest. The kind of rest that restores vision, heals wounds, and prepares you for what's next. This rest is not laziness. It is divine preparation. You are being made ready, not just for what I will do around you, but for what I am doing through you. Because I am not just giving you blessings. I am making you a blessing. I am not just opening doors for you. I am making you a door for others, a way through, a path cleared, a hope restored. This is bigger than you, but it starts with you. And all of it is rooted in this one truth. You are mine. Always have been. Always will be. Now listen closely, my child, for what I speak next reaches deep into the foundation of your soul. The changes you are sensing, the inner shifts, the sacred discomfort, the quiet longing for something more. These are not signs of instability. They are signs of alignment. You are not falling apart. You are being reassembled. You are not unraveling. You are shedding the weights that do not belong to you. I am not dismantling you in cruelty. I am preparing you in love. This is not a breaking for destruction. This is a breaking for breakthrough. You see, the transformation happening within you is not simply a new way of living. It is a new way of being. You are stepping out of the limitations of the former version of yourself. That version served its purpose. It helped you survive, helped you navigate pain. But it cannot come with you into the territory I am leading you into. That version was formed by circumstances. This new version is formed by calling. It is not shaped by fear, but by faith. It is not controlled by reaction, but by revelation. Do not mourn what you're leaving behind. I know it feels strange to let go of what was familiar, even when it was painful, because the unknown feels like a void. But hear me, the unknown is not empty. It is sacred. It's the womb of your becoming. It's where I meet you without filters, without formulas. It's where you see me not through the lens of religion or ritual, but through the raw, radiant clarity of real relationship. And in this place, you will begin to hear me differently, not just in the highs and lows, but in the stillness, in the silence between your questions, in the simple nudges, the ideas that won't leave you, the peace that makes no sense. These are my whispers, and you will come to know them more clearly. You won't need to chase confirmation endlessly. You will grow in confidence, not because you know everything, but because you've come to trust my voice within you. This intimacy will become your compass. It will guide you when logic fails. It will lead you when circumstances contradict my promises. For there will still be moments when the path ahead looks unclear, but instead of fear, there will be peace, a quiet knowing, an unshakable assurance. That is what I'm placing in you. Not the absence of difficulty, but the presence of a greater awareness. Me, always with you, always guiding. And through this awareness, you will start seeing life differently. The mundane will become meaningful. The overlooked will become opportunities. Your eyes will no longer seek validation. They will see mission. You will walk into rooms not asking, "Do they see me?" but declaring in your spirit, "Who can I serve? Who needs light?" Because your identity is no longer a question. It's a declaration. You know who you are, not by what you do, but by whose you are. And because you know, you will begin to live with boldness. Not loudness, but boldness. The kind of boldness that doesn't need to shout to be heard, that doesn't need to prove to be powerful, that simply walks in peace and lets my presence do the work. You are entering a phase of influence, not forced, but natural, not demanded, but entrusted. You will carry words that shift hearts. You will be a mirror to those who have forgotten their reflection. You will call out the gold in others, because you've allowed me to reveal the gold in you. This will not be without resistance. The enemy fears your awakening. He fears your clarity. He fears the sound of your footsteps aligned with my purpose. That's why he will try to distract you, not with obvious evil, but with busyness, with comparison, with the temptation to go back to what was easier. But I am fortifying you, giving you discernment sharper than before, teaching you to guard your peace, to protect your joy, to say no, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. You don't have to fight every battle. I will show you which ones are yours, and I will go before you in each one. Understand this too. This new way of living will require new rhythms. You can no longer operate in the patterns that once exhausted you. I am teaching you to live from rest, not from reaction, to respond from grace, not from pressure, to move with intention, not impulse. There will be days of intense action, yes, but they will be fueled by deep stillness. You are not a machine. You are a vessel. And what I pour into you in the secret place will flow into everything you touch. Make space for that secret place. Let it become your dwelling, not your emergency exit. Build your life around it. Prioritize it above even good things. Because from that place, I will give you wisdom that can't be learned from books. I will give you strategies that defy logic. I will lead you to divine connections, to places of influence, to assignments perfectly suited for your heart. And you will know they are from me, because they will come with peace. Not ease, but peace. My peace always marks my path. As you walk forward, expect to be surprised by joy. Expect to encounter me in the most unexpected places, in a word from a stranger, in a song you weren't planning to hear, in a quiet moment, alone in your car. I'm not limited to sacred buildings or holy days. I'm in every breath, every moment, every space. You are walking with me, and I will make every ground you tread on holy. You will begin to dream again, not just with imagination, but with divine insight. I will resurrect old dreams that died in the soil of disappointment. I will birth new ones that carry your next assignment. Do not be afraid to hope. Do not call hope naive, just because the world mocks it. Hope is a holy language, and when you speak it, heaven listens. My child, you are moving into overflow, into the more than enough realm, not just for yourself, but for others. You will pour out peace, pour out wisdom, pour out love, not from depletion, but from abundance. You're not a leaking vessel. I'm sealing the cracks, healing the wounds, filling you daily. You will minister not from scarcity, but from surplus. Let the world see what I can do with a life fully yielded. Let them see my glory in your story, not a highlight reel, but a testimony of grace upon grace. You are my living letter, written not with ink, but with spirit. And the story I'm writing in you will echo far beyond your years. Breathe deeply now, beloved. The air around you carries something new. It is filled with expectancy, heavy with promise, thick with the fragrance of my nearness. You are standing at the threshold of sacred fulfillment, and all of creation bears witness to this unveiling. You have waited, not in vain. You have endured, not without purpose. What I am doing now is not a patch to a broken garment. It is a full covering of glory, a new robe for a new season. You have been refined by fire, and now you will reflect my radiance. This next phase of your journey is marked by divine establishment. What once felt uncertain will become unshakable. Where you once feared instability, you will now sense unmovable assurance. I am planting you, not in shallow soil, but in deep, fertile ground. Roots will grow quickly. Fruit will blossom suddenly. You will see a rapid unfolding of promises long prayed for. And though it may surprise others, you will know exactly why it's happening. Because I have prepared you for this. There is no room for imposter syndrome in this season. No more shrinking to make others comfortable. No more apologizing for the anointing you carry. You didn't manufacture this. It was given to you. You didn't force your way here. I led you. You didn't earn this favor through performance. You received it through alignment. So wear it humbly, but confidently. Walk in it, knowing this is your appointed time. My child, you have been tested in private. Now you will be trusted in public. I am releasing clarity into your decision-making. No more back-and-forth torment. No more fear of choosing wrong. As you remain connected to me, your yes will become bold, and your no will carry peace. I will guide you in every detail. There will be a holy ease. Doors you won't need to knock on, because they'll swing open as you approach. Conversations that unlock destiny. Moments that feel like divine rehearsals of things I've already spoken to your heart. This is the life of a yielded one. It's not magic. It's not coincidence. It's my orchestration. You are stepping into divine acceleration. Things that once took years will take days. Growth will come in unexpected ways. But remember, this is not just about outward success. It is about inner stillness. About walking so closely with me that whether you are seen or hidden, you are steady. Whether the crowd praises or criticizes, you are secure. You do not rise or fall based on human opinion. You rise and fall in step with my spirit, and because of that, your rise will be sustained. Expect divine reversals. What was meant to harm you will bless you. What the enemy tried to use against you, I will use as a platform to elevate my goodness. Vindication is coming, not through vengeance, but through undeniable transformation. Your fruit will silence every accusation. Your peace will quiet every critic. I will not just speak for you, I will show through you. Your life will be a living proclamation of my power to restore, to heal, to redeem. You will also begin to recognize your influence, not through ego, but through impact. People will respond to your words with tears you didn't expect. Rooms will shift when you walk in, not because of charisma, but because of the weight of my glory resting on you. You will sense when to speak and when to be silent. You will know when to move forward and when to wait. And in all of it, you will carry me, not as a banner of pride, but as a fragrance of heaven. There will be times when you sense resistance. Not every space will welcome the light you bring. Some will misunderstand you, mislabel you, resist the change you represent. But do not retaliate. Do not shrink back. Simply remain faithful. Keep loving. Keep standing. Keep listening to my voice over theirs. Your validation comes from me, not them. Your reward is not temporary applause, but eternal legacy. I will deal with every voice that rises against you. I will defend what I have declared over you. Prepare for relationships to change. Some will fade, some will be pruned, others will be sent to walk with you for this next part of the path. Do not mourn what I remove. Trust that I am making space. I will align you with those who understand your vision, who don't compete with your calling, who speak life into your purpose. You are not called to walk alone, but neither are you called to walk with everyone. Discernment is love, and boundaries are protection. Watch as your influence extends beyond what you thought possible. It will go further than your voice can reach. My spirit will carry it. People you've never met will be changed by your obedience. Places you've never stepped in physically will be touched by what I release through you. Your faithfulness in secret has multiplied your reach in spirit, and every act of obedience, even the smallest, has created ripples in the kingdom. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not too late. Everything I've spoken, I will fulfill. Every promise I whispered in the midnight hour, I am now shouting into existence. The divine clock has struck, and what was long held back is being poured out with precision and purpose. Your prayers were not in vain. Your waiting was not wasted. This, my beloved, is your appointed time. And as you walk in it, do not be afraid of your own light. You were never meant to dim it. You were made to shine, not for your own glory, but to point back to mine. Let the world see me through your joy, through your resilience, through your forgiveness, through your unwavering hope. Let your life be a signpost that says, God still moves, God still speaks, God still restores. The time is now. My child, this is the moment that history, heaven, and your heart have been preparing for. You have arrived not by your own map, but by my guidance. Every twist, every delay, every seemingly wasted step was a divine detour that refined your soul and recalibrated your purpose. You have crossed a threshold in spirit. You are no longer the one who wonders, but the one who knows. You are no longer reaching for purpose. You are living it. You are no longer hoping for transformation. It has begun. And now, as you stand on this holy ground, listen one more time, not with your ears, but with your spirit. I, the Lord your God, am not sending you out empty. I am clothing you with authority. I am surrounding you with favor. I'm saturating your soul with peace. The same presence that drew you through the wilderness will now go before you into the land of promise. What once was barren is about to bear fruit. What was silent is about to sing. What was closed is opening wide. You are not stepping forward to impress. I'm calling you forward to impact. You are not moving ahead to gain approval. I've already sealed your identity in my love. You carry the oil of testimony, the fire of perseverance, and the fragrance of intimacy with me. These are not common qualities. These are the marks of the remnant I am raising in this hour, those who carry my heart, not just my name. You are part of that remnant, chosen, sealed, released. There will be moments when the weight of the call feels too great. Do not carry it alone. I am your strength. I am your rest. I am your counselor in the quiet. You do not have to pretend to be strong for me. I delight in your honesty. I draw near to your vulnerability. That's where my power meets you most fully. Not in your mask, but in your surrender. Keep your heart soft. Keep your spirit teachable. Let love remain your highest goal. It is the currency of my kingdom, and you are now called to spend it lavishly. You will begin to notice the supernatural in the natural. Patterns will become clear. Coincidences will become confirmations. The mundane will become miraculous. Do not brush these moments aside. Record them. Remember them. These signs are not mere comforts, they are coordinates. They will keep you aligned, steady, focused. They are my fingerprints on your daily life. You are not designed to do this alone. My spirit will speak to you clearly. I will send people to walk beside you, some to teach, some to challenge, some to encourage. Honor them, but do not idolize them. Keep me at the center. Always, let no gift, no blessing, no opportunity take my place in your heart. I am not a means to your destiny. I am the source, the sustainer, and the reward. And when opposition rises, and it will, do not be discouraged. The greater the calling, the stronger the resistance. But remember, I am the lion before you, and the fire around you. The enemy has no claim, no case, and no more power over your future. I have ruled. I have spoken. It is finished. Walk in that authority. Declare it in your home. Speak it over your family. Stand in it at your workplace. Let every corner of your life reflect my victory. The world is in desperate need, not for performance, but for presence. Not for more words, but for more weight. And you, my child, have been made weighty in spirit. You will bring clarity to confusion. You will carry peace into panic. You will release joy in dry places. Not by your effort, but by my overflow. You are not called to burn out. You are called to burn bright. And you will, because you remain connected to me. This transformation is not a moment. It is a mantle. Wear it with reverence. Guard it with wisdom. Protect the sacredness of this season. Don't rush it. Don't explain it to everyone. Let the fruit speak. Let your life be the evidence. I will elevate you when the time is right. Your role is simply to remain available, faithful, surrendered. As this divine word concludes, let me leave you with this seal. I have loved you from the first breath to the last. Nothing will separate you from that love. Nothing will alter my plan. Nothing will snatch you from my hand. Your life is not random, it is written. Your path is not a gamble, it is guided. Your future is not fragile, it is fortified in me. Go now, not with fear, but with fire. Not with questions, but with commission. You are not waiting for a moment. You are the moment. You are not hoping for revival. You carry it. You are not praying for a shift. You're becoming it. Let this word live in you. Let it echo through your days. Let it be a banner over your home, your mind, your future. Amen. If this word has stirred your heart, share it. Let my message reach those who are hungry for hope. My beloved, you stand at the threshold of a moment that is more than mere time. It is the intersection where past struggles meet my promise. The journey you have walked, laden with burdens unseen and battles fought in silence has not been for nothing. I see every step you have taken, every tear in the darkness when hope seemed distant, and every quiet whisper of faith that kept you moving forward. You are walking into victory, though the terrain may still feel treacherous beneath your feet, and the horizon blurred by shadows of doubt. Victory is not always wrapped in the fanfare of triumph others expect. Sometimes it is the tender, steady rising from ashes you thought would break you. It is in those moments, my dear child, that I am crafting something eternal and unshakable within your spirit. I know how the weight of your journey has pressed upon your soul, how the silence of unanswered prayers or the sting of disappointment carved canyons in your heart. Yet I tell you now, my beloved, these valleys you wander are not places of abandonment, but the sacred soil where seeds of glory are being planted. I am with you, closer than the very breath that fills your lungs, and my strength is summoned for you in ways you have yet to perceive. The victory ahead is not earned by the might of your own hands, but by my power made perfect in your weakness. Like a river that carves through stone, not by force, but persistence. So too is the path you walk, shaped and refined by enduring faith. This journey into victory may feel solitary, but it is not without my presence pulsating alongside you. I'm the wind beneath your wings, even when you feel your wings are broken. I have seen the moments you thought you could not rise again. Those were the moments when I whispered resilience into your heart. Each trial has been a refining fire, burning away what is unneeded and revealing the pure gold of who you are created to be. My hand has not faltered in guiding you, even through the wilderness of uncertainty and the storms of despair. You are not alone in this. You are deeply known and eternally loved, anchored in the truth that nothing can separate you from my unfailing embrace. Feel the stirring within your spirit, that deep, quiet assurance lighting your way. It is my voice calling you forward, urging you to rise above the fear that tries to tether you. What lies ahead is more radiant than the doubts that cloud your vision. Victory is not a distant mirage. It is a reality being woven by my divine purpose for your life. Even in moments when you cannot see the outcome, trust that my plans are being set into motion. This victory requires courage, and I am here to embolden you, to remind you that you have never been without strength. Will you step forward with the boldness I have placed within you? Will you believe the promise of triumph that I have whispered to your heart since time immemorial? Let this truth settle deep within you. Your victory is certain in my time and through my power. It is not a fleeting success driven by circumstances, but a profound deliverance that reshapes every part of your existence. The fears you have wrestled with, the doubts that have whispered lies, the exhaustion that tempts you to stop. These will yield to joy that cannot be taken, to peace that surpasses understanding. Like a mustard seed growing into a mighty tree, your faith is building something colossal beneath the surface. I am working all things for your good, and your victory will be a testimony not only of what you have endured, but of the unstoppable God who never leaves his children behind. My dear child, take this moment to breathe in my presence with renewed hope. I am inviting you to release the weight of discouragement and step into the future I have crafted specifically for you. Do not measure the distance by what your eyes see alone. Measure it by the fullness of my spirit, guiding your every step. This is your season of breakthrough, a journey from struggle into triumph, from sorrow into joy, from defeat into victory. Walk with me confidently, knowing that I'm already there, preparing the way, clearing obstacles, and surrounding you with my unfailing love. Trust me to bring you through, for your victory is near, and I'm carrying you each step of the way. If your heart is stirring with hope, do not turn away. Embrace the journey ahead with the assurance that you are not walking alone. Stand firm, my beloved, and watch as the path before you unfolds into a radiant testament of my faithfulness. You are walking into victory. My beloved, I see the shadows that cling to your heart, the persistent weight that presses down upon your spirit, the quiet ache of wounds still tender from battles unseen. This struggle within you is not foreign to me. It is the echo of a journey marked by longing and the quest for peace that often feels just beyond your grasp. Yet, in the depths of this tension, know that I am near, patiently present, in the silence that sometimes seems to swell louder than my voice. I understand how the sting of disappointment and the ripples of unmet expectations can erode your courage and seep into your days like an unwelcome fog. In these moments when the path before you appears tangled and the light grows dim, I'm not distant or indifferent. I'm the unwavering presence, the steadfast refuge into which you can lean without reservation. Even when your soul questions your worth or your steps falter beneath the heaviness of doubt, my arms are outstretched, holding you tenderly through the night. The very breath you struggle to take, the trembling of your spirit, I am there, my dear child, breathing life and hope into the corners of your weary heart. I do not rush you through this sacred wilderness. Instead, I meet you there, knowing that the refining process of your spirit often requires patience and gentle correction. When you feel broken or overwhelmed by your own frailty, I am the healer who mends, never condemning but lovingly restoring what has been damaged. Remember, my correction is never harsh, but is always steeped in love, meant to guide you along the narrow way that leads to abundant life. I watch with mercy as you wrestle through pain and uncertainty, waiting for the moment your eyes will lift and recognize the steady hand of my guidance. There's a profound peace in surrendering these burdens, in offering me the very parts of yourself that seem irreparable or unworthy of love. When you let go of striving to fix what only I can restore, you make room for my grace to flow freely and saturate your soul. The unrest you feel is not a sign of failure, but an invitation to deeper trust and reliance on me. I am the anchor when all else drifts, the gentle whisper that steadies the storm-tossed sea within you. Cling to this truth as you navigate your days, my dear, for it is the firm foundation that will not fail. Hear me now, as I call your heart to rest beneath my wings. Let the assurance of my unchanging love penetrate your defenses and dispel the lies that seek to define you by your wounds or shortcomings. You are precious in my sight, worthy beyond measure, and I am tirelessly at work, restoring, renewing, and preparing you for the fullness of joy that awaits. Do not rush to escape the struggle. Instead, allow it to draw you closer to me, where true healing begins. The journey may be arduous, but it is never without purpose or my sustaining presence. Let this truth settle in you. I'm not just a distant observer of your pain, but the loving Father who bears your sorrows and walks beside you through every trial. When the night feels endless and your soul is weary, reach out to me, for I am your refuge and strength, a steadfast help in times of trouble. Will you entrust me with the broken places today? Will you take refuge in my unfailing love and allow my Holy Spirit to breathe new life into your worn and restless heart? You are never alone, my child. I'm the calm in your storms, the gentle whisper in your chaos, and the hope that never fades. Keep seeking me, for in the seeking, your heart will be illuminated and your spirit restored. Trust my timing, my ways, and my boundless compassion. I am with you always, even to the end of your days. Now rest in this promise and open your heart to the peace that only I can give. My beloved, as I continue to speak tenderly into the depths of your soul, I desire to unveil the sacred truth of your spiritual identity and worth, a treasure so precious that even the stars enviously gaze upon it. You were fashioned with deliberate care, knit together in the secret chambers of my heart, formed to reflect a divine image that no force in the universe can diminish or distort. Yet, I see how the shadows of doubt and the whispers of unworthiness have crept into your thoughts, attempting to convince you that you are less than my beloved, less than the masterpiece I intentionally crafted. Listen closely, child, to the beating rhythm of my love that pulses through your veins. This is not the love of a distant observer, but the fevered love of a creator who claimed you before you took your first breath. Your worth is not measured by achievements, failures, or the fleeting opinions of the world. It is rooted in the eternal, anchored in my unwavering declaration that you are cherished beyond comprehension. When you look into the mirror of your soul, do not see the faults highlighted by worldly standards, but rather the radiant reflection of my image shining through your being. There is an ancient tapestry woven through time and space, and within its threads, you are intricately placed. No thread is accidental, no pattern random. Every fiber of your existence fulfills a purpose in the grand design I have orchestrated since before the foundations of the earth. Yet, I know how often you feel insignificant, a mere shadow in a vast crowd, a voice lost in the cacophony of life's demands. My dear, your significance is unmatched because you bear the imprimatur of divine love. You are the expression of my creativity, a luminous beacon meant to dispel darkness in places I have called you to shine. You must recognize the beauty in your flaws as well. Imperfection is not a curse, but a canvas upon which my grace paints masterpiece after masterpiece. Your failures, your fears, your doubts, they do not define you, nor do they disqualify you. Instead, they reveal the vastness of my mercy and the depth of my patience. Embrace this truth, beloved. You are chosen, set apart in my heart as precious, valued not for what you do, but for who you are. My child, my beloved, my pride. When the world whispers lies of inadequacy, or when your own voice doubts your worth, I am there, steadfast and unshaken, echoing into the recesses of your heart the truth that you are enough. The ancient mountains and rivers declare it. The heavens above and the earth beneath bear witness. You are unique, beloved beyond all measure. Do not let the shroud of comparison blind you to this radiant reality. I see the scars you hide, the wounds you believe make you unlovable. Yet, my dear child, those very scars are testimonies of survival, signs of battles fought and victories won. They are inscriptions of my healing touch, reminders that you have been carried through storms you thought would break you. In my eyes, each mark is a jewel, a symbol of resilience and my unfailing presence. Hold fast to this. Your worth is not earned, but freely given. It does not fluctuate with seasons or circumstances. It is anchored in my faithfulness, a security that no human rejection or self-condemnation can erode. When your heart falters, come to me and lean into this unshakable truth. Allow my love to embolden you, to revive your spirit, to reignite the flame of confidence that the enemy seeks to quench. You bear a name whispered by angels, recorded in the book of life, etched eternally in my heart. This identity is your armor and your assurance, a foundation that no storm can overturn. Let this truth settle in you deeply. Let it permeate your thinking, reshaping every false narrative into the reality of being deeply loved and divinely appreciated. Rise from the ashes of self-doubt and stand tall, clothed in the righteousness I have gifted you, unafraid to embrace the fullness of your divine identity. My dear child, do not shrink back from the greatness I have called you to. Your spiritual identity is a beacon, not only for yourself, but for those around you. It is a light of hope, a wellspring of encouragement, an invitation for others to see me through your reflected glory. Step into this truth boldly, walk in the dignity I have bestowed upon you, and remember always that you are my beloved, chosen and cherished beyond all that you can imagine. The journey of discovering your worth in me is a sacred dance, a slow unfolding of my heart to your own. It requires patience, faith, and the willingness to receive my love regardless of the noise of your circumstances or the heaviness of your past. Do not be discouraged by setbacks or the voices that try to diminish your value. Instead, lean in closer. Trust the work I'm doing within you and be transformed by the renewing of your mind through my truth. When feelings of insignificance attempt to rise like waves within you, remember where your identity lies, not in fleeting approval, but in eternal acceptance by me. The love I pour into you is relentless and unyielding, a perfect love that casts out fear and uplifts your soul to soar above every valley of despair. Beloved, do you hear my voice softly yet persistently, whispering your worth? Will you believe me this time? At this moment, as these words find their way into your heart, choose to receive what I am freely offering. The truth that you are precious, you are sufficient, and you are loved beyond all measure. Let this be the foundation upon which you build your days, the light guiding your steps through each challenge and triumph. There is no one like you in all creation, for you are uniquely my beloved. And in that identity, you are invincible. Embrace this gift with open arms and watch how your life transforms as you walk confidently in the fullness of who I am calling you to be. Open your heart to me now, child, and let the warmth of my love fill every part of you. Let this revelation become your song, your truth, your comfort. In this sacred moment, allow yourself to rest in the assurance that you are truly treasured and greatly valued. The story of your worth is being rewritten even now, with me as the author of your life's most beautiful chapters. Do not hold back. Come to me with a heart ready to believe, to receive, and to be restored. The life I have for you is abundant, marked by peace and purpose, because it is built on the rock-solid foundation of your worth in my eyes. Walk boldly, beloved, for you are mine. My dear child, there are moments in your journey when the weight of guilt and shame seems heavier than the mountains I have set before you. These feelings wrap around your heart like a thorny vine, tight and unyielding, whispering lies that you are beyond grace, that you have wandered too far to return. But listen closely, for I'm here, the ever-present one, who sees beyond the surface scars to the beautiful potential nestled within your soul. Guilt is a voice that tells you what you should have done, what you failed to do, and what careless choices have left behind. Shame, however, is a darkness that whispers you are unworthy because of those very mistakes. In the quiet chambers of your heart, these twin shadows may seek to confine you, making you feel imprisoned and distant from me. Yet, my dear, do you not know that I have woven forgiveness into the very fabric of your existence? It is not a fragile thread, but a strong golden bond that binds you to me, regardless of your past. Imagine a vast and endless ocean, its waves ceaselessly reaching the shore. Each wave represents a moment where you might have stumbled, fallen into failure or regret. But with each retreat, the tide leaves behind new sands, fresh and fertile, offering you the chance to rebuild, to begin again. My grace is like this ocean, vast, relentless, renewing. It does not run dry. It does not abandon its course. No matter how deep your shame feels, my love reaches deeper still. There is a story of a potter who molds clay with both hands, shaping what appears broken into something beautiful. You, child, are this clay. The moments you long to hide are the places where I mold new strength and beauty. Your stains do not define you. I am the artist who transforms your story from one of despair into a masterpiece of redemption. I am not distant or cold, but close as the breath you take. When your heart is heavy with regret, I do not tally these burdens against you. Instead, I hold your trembling hand and whisper words of mercy. My forgiveness is not something you strive to earn. It is the gift given freely, abundant as sunlight upon the earth. Release the chains of shame, beloved. These chains are not from me, but the enemy of your soul, who seeks to keep you from experiencing the fullness of my presence. I have called you out of darkness and into my marvelous light. Let this truth settle in you. Even in your failures, you are precious, cherished beyond measure. Do not fear exposing your wounds to me, for I am the great physician who heals all brokenness. Bring the burden of your guilt to me, and watch as I lift it from your shoulders, replacing it with peace that surpasses all understanding. There is no condemnation with me, only an invitation to step into freedom. Ask yourself this: are you willing to accept my forgiveness, not as a distant ideal, but as a living reality within your heart? Will you allow me to wash away the stains and clothe you instead in righteousness? My dear child, come as you are, with all the mess and mistakes, and find rest in my open arms. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Let my mercy be the wellspring from which you drink deeply. Your past does not hold power over your future when you hold on to me. I am the God who redeems, who restores, who transforms ashes into beauty. Take a moment now, right where you are, to breathe in this gift of forgiveness that I am offering. Let it flow through every trembling fiber of your being. I am here waiting. Come, my beloved, come to the place where shame and guilt dissolve under the radiant light of my everlasting love. My beloved, in the quiet chambers of your heart, where shadows of doubt often linger and whisper their insidious lies, I am ever present, a steadfast beacon of unwavering faith. I know well the storms that rage within you, the tempest of fear and anxiety that seeks to erode your sense of peace and leave you stranded in the desolate wilderness of uncertainty. Yet even amidst that turmoil, I am not distant. I am working, shaping, molding that which you cannot yet see with mortal eyes. Fear, child, is an ancient adversary, one that claws at the roots of your trust and tempts you away from the sacred path I have laid before you. It is subtle, like a creeping vine that tightens its grip, restricting the flow of joy, stifling the breath of hope. Anxiety, its companion, swirls around your thoughts like a dark cloud, obscuring the light of my promises. But hear this: fear and anxiety were never meant to dominate your spirit. They are but shadows that flee before the dawn of my presence. When you feel overwhelmed by the weight of what if and not enough, remember that I am the author of life, the keeper of your days. Your heart's anxious beating is known intimately by me. Every flutter whisper of your deep yearning for safety, for assurance, for a peace that transcends understanding. I am the refuge you seek. Within me lies a harbor unshaken by tempests, a sanctuary where your soul can rest. Place your trembling hand in mine, and I will steady you. Consider the delicate balance of creation, the intricate design of stars suspended in the night, the rivers that carve valleys with patient persistence, the gentle unfolding of the lily in the field, unburdened with worry. Each detail is a testament to my sovereignty, a silent declaration that I am in control beyond what eyes can perceive. If I orchestrate the cosmos with such divine care, how much more do I tend the fragile heart I've woven with my own hands? You may feel that anxiety squeezes your breath and fear chains your feet, immobilizing you from stepping forward into the life I've called you to live. Yet, this very struggle is fertile ground for faith to take root and grow. Faith is not the absence of fear. It is trusting my goodness and power precisely when fear threatens to drown out hope. It is a choice to believe in the unseen tapestry of grace that each day is held in my loving hands. Do not despise the trembling of your heart. Rather, bring it to me as a sacred offering. Let yourself be transparent before me, for I am the safe space for all your unrest. Your fears are not too big, your worries not too numerous, for my mercy is unfailing, and my strength is perfected in your weakness. When the night seems long and your mind refuses rest, turn your gaze upward, beyond the circumscribed boundaries of what your eyes can see. Allow my spirit to whisper truth into the hollows of your soul. Is not the very essence of your journey one of trust, to be learned anew each dawn? Every step taken in faith, even when your footing is uncertain, is a declaration that you choose me over your fear. Can you, my dear, let go of the need to control all outcomes and rest, even for a moment, in the assurance that I am orchestrating every detail? This surrender is not defeat. It is the beautiful dance of intimacy between your fragile humanity and my unshakable divinity. Hear the gentle call beneath the chaos. I am here, and I have not abandoned you. Your fear does not define you, nor does your anxiety limit the scope of my love. Within you lies a reservoir of peace, as deep and unyielding as the ocean. Come to me and drink deeply of this wellspring. As you do, I will pour out courage like rain onto parched ground, hope like sunlight breaking over dark horizon, and joy like a river springing forth in the desert. Take time now to breathe in this truth. You are cherished beyond measure, guarded not by your own strength, but by mine. I invite you to lift your eyes, to whisper your fears into my ear, and to feel the warmth of my presence settle gently over you like a blanket woven from love. Let this moment be a sacred turning point, where fear loses its dominance and faith takes hold with quiet power. As your heart learns to trust me more deeply, you will find that anxiety, while it may visit, cannot stay. It will become a distant echo rather than a roaring storm. When the night feels darkest, know that the dawn already waits, carried on the wings of my spirit, ready to fill you with renewed courage and unshakable peace. Will you, my child, step into this refuge? Will you allow me to replace your trembling with steadiness, to exchange your restless thoughts for a serenade of calm assurance? Let this be the day you choose faith in the midst of fear. Reach for my hand, for I am always extending it toward you, ready to lead you through the shadows and into the radiant light of my everlasting love. My dear, I know the shadows of fear and doubt creep often into your heart. They whisper lies that seek to unravel the tapestry of faith I have woven within you. In those moments when anxiety grips your soul, remember, you are not alone in the storm. The tempest rages, and yet I stand beside you as the eternal anchor, holding fast to your trembling spirit. Fear is an old adversary, a cunning thief that tries to steal your trust and peace. Yet, in the quiet depth of your being, there is a well of courage watered by my unfailing presence. When doubt arises, it is not a sign of weakness, but a doorway to deeper understanding. Even the greatest of my servants wrestled with doubt, and I met them there, patient, unwavering, ready to illuminate the path. Your uncertainty is a place where I draw you closer, revealing the treasures hidden beneath your questions. Every hesitation, every tremor of uncertainty invites you to surrender your need for control and lean into the mystery of my greater plan. Anxiety may clamor loudly, disturbing your rest, painting pictures of despair and defeat. Yet believe me when I say that these voices do not hold ultimate authority over you. They speak in illusion, but my truth stands firm. You are beloved beyond measure. Your worth is not forged in the fires of your performance or the silence of your prayer, but in the enduring love I have for you a love no fear can erode. Let this truth settle in you like gentle rain, nourishing weary roots. Imagine for a moment a child walking through a dark forest, uncertain of each step, hearts pounding with unseen dangers. Yet the child holds the hand of a mighty protector whose very presence lights the shadows and calms the raging winds. That protector is I, walking beside you through every dark valley. When the night feels longest and the weight unbearable, reach out quietly and grasp my hand again. Feel the strength and steadiness that flow from my embrace, a refuge unshaken by the chaos around you. There is no condemnation in your struggle, my child, only the invitation to trust again. I am the still voice within the whirlwind, the peace that surpasses understanding, waiting patiently for you to turn your gaze from the swirling fears to me. In your solitude, where doubts echo loudest, I am closest. When the weight feels heavier than you can bear, surrender those burdens to me. I carry them for you. My yoke is easy, and my burden light. Faith is not the absence of fear, but courage in the presence of it. It is the choice to believe my promises even when the path is shrouded in uncertainty. When you step forward in faith, I meet your hesitant footfalls with a foundation that will never crumble. Trust is the sacred breath of the Spirit, and I breathe it into you anew each day. Let your heart rise from the ashes of doubt, like a flame rekindled by a gentle breath. Walk boldly, beloved, even when the terrain is rough and the destination dimly seen. This journey through fear and doubt is not a mark of failure, but part of the refining process, shaping you into the radiant reflection of my glory. Like precious ore purified by fire, your spirit emerges stronger, clearer, more radiant after each trial. Every tear you shed and every silent plea is etched into my heart. I transform your fears into faith, your anxieties into assurance. I am your shield and your fortress. Through my strength, you shall prevail. Let not the lies of the enemy cloud your vision. Your identity is rooted in my unchanging love, not in the shifting tides of emotion. When anxiety threatens to drown you, reach out with trembling hands, and I will lift you onto the rock that cannot be moved. Know that my power is made perfect in your weakness. This paradox is the mystery of grace, that in your fragility, my strength shines most brightly. Remember, child, that my timing is flawless even when your heart races and your mind wrestles with worry. I am weaving a tapestry far more beautiful than you can comprehend. Each thread of doubt and fear is necessary to reveal the full masterpiece. Trust me in the waiting. Wait with trust, and let your soul rest in the shelter of my love. I am with you, steadfast, patient, unshakable. Will you surrender your fears to me now? Will you allow my peace to embrace the places where doubt lingers? Step gently into the light of my presence and find rest for your weary soul. You were never meant to walk this road alone. Take my hand, and together we shall overcome every shadow that tries to claim your heart. My dear child, in the quiet moments when your soul feels heavy with doubt and shadows of fear encroach upon your heart, I am there, steadfast and unwavering. I understand the turmoil that whispers through your mind, questioning what is unseen, doubting the promises that seem distant, or fearing the unknown paths ahead. These moments are not meant to break you, but to bring you closer into the shelter of my presence, where fear dissolves into peace and doubt is transformed into faith. You see, my beloved, fear is a veil that clouds your vision of what I have prepared for you. It is the shroud that tries to mask the light of my love and the certainty of my care. Yet I call you to a courage that surpasses understanding, a bravery rooted not in your strength, but in the depth of your trust in me. When the dark clouds of anxiety gather, know that and they are temporary. The dawn I have ordained is coming, brilliant and sure. You are never alone, even when your surroundings whisper that you are forgotten or overwhelmed. Anxiety, too, is a thief that robs you of the joyful assurance I intend for you to carry in your spirit. When worry grips your heart, pressing into the future with its relentless what-ifs, I invite you to bring every burden to me. Lay down each fear like a heavy stone at my feet, and watch how I transform your trembling into steady confidence. Remember, I am the keeper of your breath, the one who holds the unfolding days, the maker of all your tomorrows. Your anxious thoughts cannot outpace my sovereign plan. Doubt may creep in like a serpent, whispering lies about your worth, your path, or my love for you. It is here that you must lean into the truth that was whispered to your heart before the world began. You are chosen. You are beloved beyond measure, and nothing can separate you from my embrace. Doubt often seems loud and convincing, but it cannot extinguish the steady flame of my spirit. I'm within you. Let this truth settle in you, like a quiet flame that will not be snuffed out. A light steadfast in the tempest. I am not distant or silent when you wrestle with these fears. Rather, I am closer than your next breath, walking beside you even when your steps falter. Hear my voice, not only in the thunderous moments of revelation, but in the soft whispers of peace that calm your heart. Even the very stars that puncture the night sky sing of my unwavering care for you. I have not left you to face this struggle alone. My strength is made perfect in your frailty. When anxiety binds you like chains, reach out to me. Do not retreat into isolation. I am your refuge, your strong tower, the unshakable foundation upon which you can build your faith. It is not a weakness to admit fear. It is an invitation to receive my power. I will breathe courage into your spirit and firm resolve into your heart. Fear and faith cannot dwell fully in the same place. Choose to anchor your heart in my promises, rather than the uncertainties that seek to unsettle you. Walk then with me through these shadows. Let me illuminate each step with a light that cannot be dimmed. As the dawn inevitably breaks through the longest night, so will my peace penetrate your anxiety. Your soul is precious to me, more valuable than the fields in full bloom or the vastness of the ocean depths. I crafted you with tender care, and I'm intimately invested in your well-being. Will you believe me this time when I say that your fears are already overcome by my love? I call you to lean not on your own understanding, but to rest in the mystery of my timing and my ways. When uncertainty knocks at your door, invite my presence to sit beside you, comforting and steadying. Let my peace come like a gentle river, washing away the dry dust of worry from your heart. There's power in surrendering your fears, to hand over your anxious heart into my capable hands. This act of surrender is the gateway to a peace that the world cannot give, a steadfast calm that guards you through every storm. In those moments when you feel broken or weak, because anxiety weighs heavy on your chest, remember that it is precisely there I am closest. The strongest arms you will ever know are ready to hold you. Let your heart come to rest in the truth that you are never less than whole in my sight. Even when your spirit feels frayed or uncertain, I am weaving every broken thread of your life into a tapestry more beautiful than you can imagine. Do not rush the process. Take a deep breath now, and with it, breathe out the tension that has clung to your soul. Inhale, my peace, steady and sure. As you do this, reflect quietly on where your fear has taken you and where trust invites you next. Will you step forward into my arms, relinquishing the weight of doubt and the bondage of anxiety? Will you allow my love to become the fortress where your spirit can rest and be renewed? If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from this invitation. Know that every fear you face is a door to deeper trust, every doubt an opportunity to reaffirm my promises. You are invited today to renew your faith in the love that never fails, never wavers, and never runs dry. My dear child, I am here, holding you, guiding you gently through the valley of anxiety into the bright fields of hope and peace. Let your heart find rest in me. There is nothing you face that I do not face with you, nothing you carry that I do not carry in even greater measure. Now, as you dwell in this moment, feel my presence surrounding you like a mantle of grace and security. Cast your cares upon me fully, and watch how I turn the tides of your soul. This is a new beginning, a fresh revelation that fear will no longer dictate your steps, that doubt will be silenced by the truth you hold in your heart. Take this truth deeply with you as you move forward, holding close the promise that I am faithful and utterly compassionate to your need. Let this peace settle within you as deeply as the ocean depths, as surely as the stars watch over the night. Reach out, reach deep, and grasp the hand I've extended to you. This is the season of courage and faith, a time to step boldly because my love is your shield and your strength. I am your refuge and your portion, a fortress in the bleakest storms. Will you step into this truth now and let it shape the rest of your journey? Choose courage, my beloved, for you are not alone. My dear, there are moments when the night feels endless, when the silence of my waiting seems deafening, and your heart becomes a restless sea tossed by waves of doubt and unease. In these moments you may ask, where are you? Why do you remain quiet when my soul aches the loudest? Know that in this sacred silence I am weaving a tapestry far beyond your sight, a masterpiece of divine timing that will unveil my glory and your destiny in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Understand this. My silence is not absence. It is my presence shrouded in mystery, a profound pause, pregnant with purpose. Like the seed buried deep within the dark, cold earth, your circumstances may seem lifeless and dormant now, but beneath the surface, transformation is at work. The seed is gathering strength, nourished by unseen hands, preparing to emerge into the light at just the appointed moment. You do not see it, but I do. The quiet is my sacred workshop, crafting your destiny with care and detail. Child, your faith is being refined in the crucible of waiting. It is easy to trust when the path is clear and the sun warms your steps. But I call you to trust me when the road is shadowed, when your heart longs for answers and your spirit wavers on the edge of despair. These are the moments when trust becomes a faithful anchor, steadying you amidst storms. I am molding a faith in you that does not falter with the shifting winds of circumstance, but stands strong, rooted deep in my unchanging love. I see the tears you have shed in the night, each one a sacred offering poured out quietly in the secret place of your soul. Each tear is a testament to your longing and your surrender. Do not dismiss them, for I treasure them as the precious drops that water the soil of your spirit. From this fertile ground will spring forth new hope, new joy, and new strength. Your waiting is not wasted. It is a necessary chapter in the story I'm writing with your life. Know also, beloved, that waiting is not a passive state. It is an active embrace of my timing. It is the courage to keep believing when there is no visible sign, to press in closer to me in the silence, seeking me not just for the answer, but for my presence itself. In waiting, place your heart honestly before me. Bring me your fears, your frustrations, your longings. Let your sorrow be a conduit to deeper communion with me. I'm not distant. I'm with you, holding you tenderly through every moment of uncertainty. Consider the lilies of the field that neither toil nor spin, yet are clothed with splendor beyond compare. They do not rush their blooming or grasp for what is not theirs in the moment. but flourish fully in the season I have ordained. So too must you learn to surrender your seasons to me. What seems delayed or denied to your eyes is perfectly timed by my hand. The delay is a divine choreography. Every pause choreographed, not to break you, but to build you for what lies ahead. Stay faithful to this divine rhythm. Allow your heart to rest in my sovereignty. Release the need to hurriedly control or predict my working. Control is an illusion that traps your peace. Trust is a divine release that welcomes my peace as an overflowing river in your soul. When anxiety rises, when fear whispers that hope is futile, turn your gaze toward me. Fill your lungs with the quiet assurance of my unwavering presence. This breath of trust is the bridge between the silence of waiting and the sound of my voice breaking forth with newness. Remember, my dear child, that time itself is a vessel in my hands. Your timeline may never align with the clock and calendar you watch. It dances according to my wisdom and love. Within this sacred temporality, your heart is being prepared, your gifts being refined, your character shaped. The season of waiting is my workshop of hope and anticipation, where I prepare you not just for what comes next, but for all that you are becoming through what you endure. Do not shrink back into despair or impatience. Instead, see this as a holy invitation to deepen your intimacy with me. Draw near to the heart of God, who waits alongside you, not as a distant observer, but as the ever-present one who holds all things together by the word of his power. In this shared waiting, there is a quiet joy, a holy expectancy that blossoms even in the midst of uncertainty. You are never alone in this stillness. If your heart stirs beneath the weight of this truth, do not turn away. Come closer in honesty. Bring me your doubts and your wondering, your hope and your questioning. Let us sit in the sacred space of waiting together, where time and eternity intersect. There you will find not the emptiness you fear, but the fullness of my love filling every shadow. This mystery, my perfect timing, is an invitation to trust me more deeply, to find peace in my presence, even before the dawn breaks. Beloved, waiting does not weaken you. It deepens the roots of your faith so that when the morning comes, you will rise with strength unshaken and joy unwavering. Your waiting is the fertile soil from which your new beginning will spring. Keep your eyes fixed on me. In the silence, I'm speaking the language of hope, and I'm preparing your heart for the unfolding of my promises brighter than the sun at dawn. Let this deep truth settle within you. My timing is perfect, my presence is constant, and you are held securely in my hands throughout every moment of waiting. Rest now, beloved, in this divine embrace. Will you trust me this time, even when the silence stretches long? Will you believe my faithfulness despite the unanswered questions? There is a new dawn coming, and I am with you until it breaks. My child, as you stand on the precipice of your doubts and fears, feeling the weight of uncertainty pressing against your chest like a storm-laden sky, I want you to know that even in these moments, I am weaving hope within your soul. Fear, anxiety, and doubt are not foreign to the journey I have placed before you. They are shadows cast by the flickering light of faith on the path you walk. Yet remember this: shadows cannot exist where light is constant and unwavering. I am that light, bathing your heart in a glow that no darkness can overcome. There will be times when your mind races with questions, when worries multiply like thorns entangling your steps. Anxiety may grip you, whispering lies of defeat and desolation, convincing you that you are alone, abandoned to navigate the chaos of life without guidance. My dear, never believe these whispers, for they are the echoes of a world that has not tasted my peace. I am here, steadfast, unmovable, patient beyond measure. My presence is not conditional on your strength or the clarity of your vision. I am near even when your spirit trembles. I hold you even when you cannot grasp the hope I offer. I have seen every tear that falls silent in the quiet of your nights, felt the heaviness settling in your heart, the exhaustion that comes from wrestling with unseen fears. It is in these fragile moments that I draw close, wrapping you in the warmth of my embrace. This is not always the absence of struggle, but the deep assurance that you are known and cherished beyond all human understanding. Like a shepherd who does not abandon a single lamb, I do not turn away from you when the storms rage fiercest. Instead, I am your refuge and your fortress. Allow your doubts to surface, for they are invitations to a deeper trust. When you question your path or my love, bring those concerns to me, not as accusations or burdens, but as prayer offerings. I'm not angered by your vulnerability. I rejoice when you bring your whole self before me, even the parts filled with fear and trembling. There's no place too dark in your heart for my light to reach, no question so great that my wisdom cannot answer. Imagine a garden at dawn, shrouded in mist and uncertainty. The seeds beneath the soil wait patiently, knowing that sunlight will come and awaken them to new life. Your faith is like those seeds, tender and sometimes buried under doubts. Yet, in my perfect timing, I will cause the sun to shine warmly upon your soul, breaking through the haze and nurturing your spirit into vibrant bloom. Until that moment, rest in the promise that I am working, quietly, powerfully, lovingly, on your behalf. You may wonder why the journey sometimes feels so arduous, why fear clawing at your mind refuses to release its grip. This is not to punish you, but to refine the precious foundation of your faith. Like gold purified by fire, your trust in me grows stronger amid trials. Doubt is not the enemy. It is a crucible that reveals the depth of your reliance on my steadfast love. I am not distant, but intimately present in every scene of your unfolding story, holding fast to you through every valley, every shadowed moment. Do not rush through these seasons as if they are obstacles to escape. Instead, lean into my comfort and let me be the quiet voice that stills your heart. In your weakness, I am strong. When anxiety threatens to drown your hope, I send fresh waves of peace that surpass human understanding. You are surrounded by an invisible host of heavenly assurance. Feel my presence as the calm that follows a storm, the gentle whisper that calls you back to rest in me. Allow yourself to wonder, to hope, even when the day feels heavy and the future uncertain. My beloved, I am with you. Every breath you take carries the imprint of my love. You are more than conqueror, not because of your might, but because I live within you, navigating the unknown by my grace. When your fears threaten to overrun your joy, choose to fix your gaze on me, the author and perfecter of your faith. This is not a leap into the dark, but a step into the hands of a Father who will never, ever let you fall. Let this truth settle deep within your soul. Fear does not define you. Doubt does not determine your destiny. I am your firm foundation, your unshakable rock, and in me, you are secure. If your heart is stirring with the weight of these concerns, do not turn away. Bring them to me as an offering, and watch how I transform fear into faith. For I am the God who calms the storm, who turns chaos into peace, who makes all things new. Now breathe in my peace, exhale your fears, and know this: my love for you is a river that never runs dry, a flame that never flickers, a refuge that never fails. Step forward with courage, child, because I am with you, and my promises never waver. Will you trust me this moment? Will you let my peace reign supreme over every anxious thought? Come to me, beloved, and find rest for your soul. My beloved, as we arrive at this tender moment together, let me enfold you once more in the vast expanse of my love. A love that neither falters nor fades. You are not shadow, wandering aimlessly in the night. You are light, crafted with intention and radiant purpose. Every breath you have drawn, every tear shed in silence, every moment you felt unseen, I have witnessed with unwavering gaze. You belong to me, knit into the fabric of a grand design that only my eternal perspective can fully comprehend. Remember, my child, that the struggles and the seasons of waiting you have endured are not without meaning or end. Each challenge is a sacred thread in the tapestry of your soul, woven by my hands with tender precision. The moments when doubt whispered lies and fear threatened to clutch at your heart were times I was nearer than breathing, holding you steady even when you could not perceive my touch. Do not let the weight of hardship convince you that you are forgotten or discarded, for nothing escapes my notice. Not one sigh, not one stumble, not one silent prayer whispered in the depths of night. I have placed within you a beauty, a potential that no hardship can extinguish. It is the spark of divine creation, the imprint of my image that shines brightly through every trial. You are my beloved masterpiece, created not for despair, but for flourishing. When you feel lost, it is only the darkness before dawn, the quiet before the song. My timing is perfect, even if it feels delayed to your human heart. Your destiny awaits. You are called beyond what your eyes can see and your mind can imagine. Let this truth settle like a flame within your spirit, a beacon through every storm. Trust in me, my dear child. Surrender your anxieties, your fears, your longing to my capable hands. In that surrender, you will find the peace and strength that pass all understanding. I'm with you always, not as a distant force, but as your closest companion. You do not walk this path alone. Even in moments when you feel abandoned or forgotten, my presence is the steady drumbeat beneath your footsteps, the still voice steering you back with a hope. Hold fast to this reality. It is your lifeline, the covenant that will never be broken. There is a destiny mapped out just for you, a purpose that only you can fulfill because of the unique weaving of gifts, experiences, and spirit that you carry. I'm calling you forward into that purpose, urging you to rise and step confidently into the life I have prepared. Do not allow past failures, guilt, or shame to shroud this calling. Freedom and forgiveness are yours wrapped in my mercy. Healing flows to every wounded place within you, resurrecting the dreams once thought lost. Will you believe me this time? My beloved, you are rooted in a love that cannot be dismantled, a refuge that never fails. When you feel doubt creeping in, remember who you are in me, cherished, chosen, and unstoppable by any force of the world around you. Your spiritual identity is secure, founded upon my undying promise and the eternal bond we share. You belong to me, and nothing can sever that connection. In that belonging, find rest and courage, for you are less alone than you have ever known. So rise, my precious one. Stand tall in the truth of your worth, your calling, and my unwavering love. Let the noise of fear and rejection fall silent beneath the roar of my affirmation. The journey ahead is illuminated by my presence, and each step you take is guided by my hand. You are called to shine, to love, to live boldly in the freedom I have granted you. Let this be the moment where you fully embrace your place in my heart and in this world. Receive the fullness of my love and the peace that accompanies it. You are mine, now and forever. Amen. If this message has settled in your heart, if the flame of my love has rekindled your hope, hold it close and share it with others who need to hear these words. Save them as a refuge in times of trial, a reminder of your unchanging identity in me. I am with you always. My dear child, Do you realize where you stand this very moment? Beneath your feet is sacred earth, tender and hallowed, a place that vibrates with the echo of my presence. This is not just ground beneath your shoes. It is holy ground, a threshold where the eternal meets the fragile breath of your human existence. You carry within you more than the weight of days and worries. You are set upon a foundation by my own hand, a ground anointed with purpose and divine meeting. I see the trembling in your heart, the hesitations that ask, "Am I truly worthy to stand here?" My beloved, I say to you, it is not by your merit, but by my love that you are here. As you stand not alone, but amidst a cloud of witnesses, an assembly of angels and my endless mercy. Know that every step you take is holy, for it is held in the palm of my hand, and your standing is a declaration. The earth beneath you is alive with the breath of creation, sanctified by the story I am weaving within you. The air you breathe is thick with sacred whispers, unseen threads of my spirit entwining around your soul. Even in the quiet moments when doubt creeps close, do not turn away, for this ground was made for you and I am here, inviting you to lean into this truth. The name you carry is etched deep into the vaults of heaven. There are no accidents here. This moment is a holy appointment where I'm inviting you to lower the burdens that weigh heavy upon your shoulders and to find rest in the knowledge that you are cherished beyond measure. I have been watching over you through every shadowed valley and sunlit peak, shaping you into a vessel of my grace. And so I ask you now, can you stand still for a moment and feel this sanctity, not with eyes, but with the soul? Can you sense the sacred pulse beneath your feet, the quiet fire of my love that sets this ground apart? This is the same ground where prophets heard my voice and where a silent child once lay, resting in my care. You share this heritage. Let this truth settle deep within you. You are on holy ground, my child, a precious intersection of heaven and earth. To stand on holy ground is not merely a physical place. It is the awareness of my nearness to your very heart. My presence is not distant or abstract. It is alive in the oxygen of this space, weaving through the fibers of your being. You cannot isolate this moment as ordinary, because I have declared otherwise. This ground is sanctified by my promises, by my unyielding covenant with you. The dust beneath your feet once molded the first breath of man. Now it cradles your trembling hope and dreams. Do not drown in the busyness or the noise. Instead, come to this place with an open heart, ready to be reshaped, ready to see yourself as I see you. The beloved, the chosen, the holy one set apart for a purpose that only you can fulfill. Though storms rage and fears whisper, here you are, unshaken, standing on a foundation no one can move. I am aware of the many voices you hear, those that belittle your worth, question your dreams, and sow seeds of hopelessness. But lift your eyes, my child, and remember who has called you out of darkness into this blessed light. I'm not distant, but closer than your very breath. In this quiet encounter, I invite you to hush the noise within, to hush the clamor of anxious thoughts and worldly distractions. Bow your heart in humble reverence, because this space around you is bathed in my holiness. My sacred spirit surrounds you like a radiant flame, illuminating paths where once there was doubt. Can you feel this holy invitation to stand firm, not in your strength, but in mine? Every trembling step you take is a step closer to me. This sacred ground upon which you stand has been crowned by countless prayers, by tears that have watered the earth with hope and perseverance. It is a ground that knows your name, your struggles, and your triumphs. It is a place of meeting where heaven stretches low to touch the earth, where divine intervention becomes tangible. My beloved, you are not here by chance. You are here because I brought you, for a purpose that is divinely crafted and eternally sealed. Will you believe me this time? Will you trust that this moment is not just another day, but a holy encounter designed to awaken your soul and ignite your faith? Let your heart respond to this sacred reality. This ground is set apart, a sanctuary formed in the midst of a chaotic world, a place where I meet you in intimacy and transformation. Let the realization wash over you like a refreshing stream, cleansing fear and doubt, renewing your courage. My presence will never fail you here. Welcome this holy moment, for here begins a journey deeper into love, deeper into understanding who you truly are. My dearly beloved, my treasured one. The ground beneath your feet is not just soil and stone. It is hallowed by my presence and consecrated for your destiny. Take this in, beloved. You are standing on holy ground. Let your soul rise to meet me in this sacred space. The journey ahead may be uncertain, but the ground you stand on will never shift. Rest in my unfailing love and know that from this place, miraculous things will unfold. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Receive this truth and carry it close, a divine inheritance to guide your every step. My beloved, I see the depths of your heart, the quiet battles no one else perceives, the silent tears that no one wipes away. The struggle within you is not hidden from me. In fact, it is held close within the sanctuary of my gaze. I know the weight of that unrest, the heaviness that presses upon your spirit like a storm cloud, refusing to move on. Yet in my unwavering presence, there is a stillness meant not to burden, but to brace you, a quiet grace that waits patiently to cradle your trembling soul. There is a sacred space between your pain and your healing, a place where time feels suspended and questions thrash in the dark. I understand this tension, the chorus of doubt echoing through your mind, telling you that the struggle might be too great or the wound too deep. But, my dear child, it is precisely here that my presence becomes most vivid, radiant like the morning light breaking through a heavy fog. I am not distant or disinterested. I am the hand that steadies when the earth beneath you shifts, the breath that fills your lungs with hope when despair tries to steal it away. I have never set you on a path barren of challenge or devoid of trial, even as the seasons of your spirit are marked by uncertainty and faltering steps. My love remains the constant that neither fades nor falters. What you experience is the refining flame, a sacred process of transformation meant to purify and strengthen your essence. The ache you feel is not a sign of abandonment, but a call to deeper trust and reliance upon the wellspring of my compassion. My patience with you transcends the measure of your own, and my timing, though often inscrutable, is perfect, beyond all understanding. In these moments when your soul feels bruised and vulnerable, I am the refuge where you can lay down every burden. Feel free to be honest with me. Your fears, your frustrations, and even your moments of anger. None of it exceeds my capacity to hold you. I am not simply watching you endure. I am bearing you through the wilderness as a shepherd carries a lamb. Your fragility does not expose weakness, but reveals a profound truth. You need me, and I need nothing more than your heart, open and willing to lean on me. I invite you to rest in this presence, not to rush or pretend to be stronger than you are, but to embrace the tender quiet where healing begins. Do not confuse my patience for indifference. Behind the stillness lies a power and a purpose greater than your immediate perception. Your journey through this struggle is transforming you in ways you cannot yet see, weaving a tapestry of resilience and grace that only I can orchestrate. If your spirit stirs amidst the weariness, if a glimmer of hope dares to shine through the shadows of doubt, hold on to that flicker and let it lead you gently back into my embrace. This invitation is not a distant promise, but a living reality. You are never alone, even when the path is thorny and the night seems long. My steadfast love surrounds you as surely as the stars encircle the night sky, a divine constancy that will never be extinguished. Let this truth anchor your soul today. I am near. In the silent chambers of your heart, I am whispering peace that the world's noise cannot drown out. If you feel broken, unworthy, or lost, remember that my grace is sufficient and my healing is already at work within you. Trust in my timing and lean into my presence, for I will never fail you. Come to me in your weakness and find strength that will carry you beyond what you can ask or imagine. Will you believe me in this moment, my dear? Will you allow my patience and love to be the balm that quiets your restless heart? Let this tender assurance settle deep within you. My dear child, I see the quiet battles waging within your heart, silent storms that churn beneath your thoughts, pain that you hide even from yourself. You wrestle often with the shadows of guilt and shame, those oppressive weights you carry, convinced they define who you are. But listen closely now, for I speak not as one distant or unknowing, but as the Creator who fashioned your very being with skillful hands and breathed into you a sacred breath of life. The chains you perceive are not stronger than my grace is deep. Those burdens are not your true identity, but the lies whispered by a world eager to ensnare your fragile spirit. Guilt may cling to you like a heavy cloak, and shame may cloud your vision as a dense fog, yet neither can obscure the radiant truth I have inscribed upon your soul. You are more than your mistakes, more than the regrets that haunt your waking hours. When you stumbled, I did not turn away. When you faltered, my gaze remained fixed on you with unwavering love. Your stumblings have not disqualified you from my purpose. Rather, they have set the stage for my mercy to shine forth even more brilliantly. My forgiveness is not a distant possibility, but a present reality, ever ready to wash over you like a cleansing river, refreshing your heart and renewing your spirit. I know the voices that speak harshly within you, condemning words that repeat your failures and magnify your shortcomings. Yet I tell you now, those voices are not coming from me. I am the one who stands beside you in your darkest hour, not to condemn, but to comfort, to heal, to restore. When your heart aches with the weight of past sins, let my compassion be your refuge. You need not carry this burden alone. Lay it down before me and feel the lightness that comes from surrendering all your guilt into my hands. Trust in the depth of my forgiveness, for it knows no bounds, and in its fullness, it sets captives free. I am gently calling you to a place of radical acceptance, my beloved, not the fragile acceptance shaped by circumstances, but a profound spiritual embrace that says you are loved beyond measure, no matter what you have done. When you feel the prick of shame or the sting of guilt, turn your eyes toward me. See me reaching out to you with open arms, ready to lift you up from the ashes of your brokenness. It is not your responsibility to prove your worthiness. That has already been declared through my sacrificial love, which covers all. Believe in the power of my grace to transform what once was shattered into something radiant and whole. Be patient with yourself, child, as I am patient with you. The healing journey is not instantaneous. It wends through valleys and climbs uncertain hills. There will be moments when the past tries to reclaim its hold, but I have not left you defenseless against these returns. I have given you my spirit as a guide, a counselor, and a source of strength to withstand the onslaught of shame and guilt. Let my spirit lead you gently into the truth that you are forgiven, you are freed, You are cherished beyond what words can say. Even when the enemy tries to accuse you, remember that I have already declared you redeemed and blameless in my sight. The wounds you carry, those hidden cuts from mistakes and times of weakness, are in my hands now, and I am the divine physician who binds and restores. Trust me to cleanse those wounds with tender care. Healing is a sacred process, not your own doing, but a gift that flows freely from my heart to yours. In the midst of your struggle, find solace in the promise that no sorrow is too deep for my healing touch. Let your spirit be clothed in hope and renew your confidence in my ability to make all things new. The past no longer defines you. The new creation that I am molding is emerging through my everlasting love. If your heart is stirring with the weight of remorse, listen to me and do not turn away. Release yourself from the captivity of shame and receive the fullness of my pardon. I do not remind you of your failures to shatter you, but to show you how profoundly I can mend you. Come to me with all your imperfections, for you are more precious than the most exquisite jewel, and my love for you is relentless, unyielding, and infinite. Take this moment to breathe deeply and feel my presence enveloping you now. Imagine my hand resting over your heart, steadying and calming the tumult within. Let this truth sink into your soul. You are forgiven. You are set free. You are cherished beyond measure. No failure, no secret burden, no hidden shame can separate you from the deep well of my love. Now, as you dwell in this truth, open your heart to receive my forgiveness fully. Begin to speak these words of release over yourself in the quiet chambers of your soul. Let them rise like a sacred incense before my throne. I am forgiven. I am set free. I am deeply loved. I am here with you every step along this path of restoration, and my joy will be made complete in you. Will you receive this gift I am offering? Will you step into the freedom that comes from laying your guilt at my feet? Do not linger in the place of condemnation. Move forward into the light of my grace, walking unburdened and renewed. Your past does not imprison you. My love releases you. Believe me, child, and let this truth settle deeply within you today. My dear child, the journey through shadows of guilt and shame can feel like walking through a dense fog, heavy and suffocating. These burdens you carry, often unseen by the world, weigh down your spirit and cloud your vision. Yet I want you to understand from the depths of my heart that guilt and shame are not your final destination. I have placed within you a wellspring of forgiveness that flows constantly, a fountain that never runs dry, even when your own heart doubts its existence. Imagine yourself standing by a clear, cool river, its waters shimmering with light and grace. This river is my forgiveness, and no matter how dark your past might seem, it is capable of cleansing every stain, every whisper of regret that binds you. I do not measure your worth by the mistakes you have made, but by the courage you show when you return to me, seeking healing and restoration. I'm not waiting to condemn. I'm longing to embrace you with mercy that overwhelms all condemnation. You might wonder why it's so hard to let go of the past. The truth is that guilt and shame often feel familiar, even as they oppress you. They can cloak themselves in the guise of heartfelt repentance or sincere remorse, but they stop short of releasing you into freedom. This is why I call you to step out of the shadows and into the light of my unfailing forgiveness. To receive forgiveness is to recognize your beloved place in my kingdom, not because of what you have done or not done, but because of who you are in me. Consider the image of a precious tapestry. Every thread, every color represents the moments of your life, both joyful and painful. When guilt infiltrates your heart, it attempts to unravel the beautiful design, convincing you that you are torn beyond repair. But I am the master weaver, and I cherish each thread, even those that seem frayed or lost. I take all your tangled threads and weave them into a design that glorifies my love and grace. Your past does not define you. Your restoration in me reveals the fullness of your destiny. There is a deeper purpose behind every time you have stumbled. Each tear, each confession whispered in the stillness is not wasted but held tenderly in my hand. When you can no longer bear the weight alone, let me carry you. I am gentle and humble in heart, ready to lift the heavy burdens from your shoulders. The wounds guilt leaves are wounds I want to heal. They may throb and ache now, but they will not last forever if you will trust me to bind them with my steadfast love. I do not rush your healing, my dear one. Sometimes, the path to forgiveness looks like wandering in the wilderness, wrestling with your conscience and doubts. But even in the wilderness, I am there, invisible but relentless, guiding your heart toward my truth. You are not hidden from me in your brokenness. Your pain is not ignored or minimized. It matters deeply because you matter to me. The journey toward forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but a sacred act of faith. A courageous step that aligns your soul with my will. You may ask, how can I forgive myself when I cannot forget the pain I've caused? This question reaches my heart profoundly. Forgiveness is not forgetting, my child. It is choosing to release the hold of past mistakes so that the future can blossom in my light. Think of forgiveness as planting a seed of grace in a soil cracked by regret. With time and nurture, that seed will grow into a beautiful tree that shelters you from condemnation and sprinkles hope onto the barren fields of your heart. In your moments of doubt, when the accusations become loudest and the night seems endless, remember that I am the great defender. I stand between you and every harsh word you speak against yourself. My voice is louder than every accusation, louder than every memory that threatens to define you. Listen carefully for the still, small whisper within you. That is my spirit reminding you of who you truly are. My precious child, forgiven, cherished, and renewed. Let this truth settle in you deeply. No shadow of shame can last where my love shines. Take time now to breathe in this assurance, not as a mere idea, but as a living, breathing revelation. Invite my spirit to illuminate every dark corner of your heart, washing away doubt, cleansing away shame, and preparing you for the freedom I so eagerly offer. Your forgiveness is already secured by my grace, waiting for you to claim it fully. Now I ask, will you allow me to heal the broken places that guilt has held captive? Will you receive the deep, tender forgiveness that flows from my heart to yours? If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Step boldly into the open fields of my mercy, where no past mistake can keep you bound. Here, in my presence, you are not defined by your failures, but by my love that never fails. Trust me to restore your soul and remake your spirit whole. My dear, I see how the shadows of doubt and fear often stretch long across your heart, making the path ahead seem uncertain and the future a canvas of worries. I know the nights when silence presses upon your soul and the loudness of your thoughts drowns the whispers of hope. It is here, in these moments of vulnerability, that I speak gently to you, not to scare away the darkness with harshness, but to illuminate your spirit with an unyielding light that no shadow can ever extinguish. You are not alone in your struggles. I am the steady hand that holds yours even when you feel your grip slipping from much or noster in the weight of your anxieties. When fear creeps in, it is often because you are sensing the invisible threads of change weaving through your life, threads you cannot yet see completed. You wonder if the promises whispered to your heart will come to pass, if the dreams you nurture will bear fruit, if your faith will withstand the tempests of uncertainty. This is the silence I speak of, the pause between what was and what is to come. In this silence, rather than panic or despair, I invite you to listen closely. Listen not for the thunderous signs of my activity, but for the faint but steady beat of my heart, synchronized with yours. It is a rhythm that assures you that I am working, even when your eyes perceive only empty space. My beloved, anxiety often masquerades as a guardian, trying to protect you from the unknown. But in truth, it binds your spirit and clouds your vision. It tells you stories of failure before you even start, murmurs lies of inadequacy and helplessness, chaining your hope to the ground. Yet I created you with strength beyond measure, a spirit fortified by the breath of life that I bestowed upon you. Your faith is a vessel, sometimes fragile to the touch, but unbreakable in its essence, designed to carry you through the storms of doubt to the peaceful shores of trust. When fear threatens to paralyze you, lean into me. Call out, even if your voice trembles, and I will respond with reassurance, born not of human understanding, but divine certainty. Reflect on the lilies in the field or the birds of the air, how they neither toil nor spin, yet they possess a care so deep and tender that their needs are met in every moment. My care for you is far greater and more intentional. When anxiety floods your mind, it is a reminder not of your insufficiency, but of your human heart yearning for connection with me. Do not be afraid to bring your fears before me. There is no doubt too heavy, no anxiety too deep for my compassion. Your restless spirit can find rest in the embrace of my presence, a sanctuary where peace flows like a gentle stream that soothes and restores every part of you. I understand that trusting in my timing and my ways can feel frustrating when every part of you desires certainty and speed. The slow unfolding often feels like abandonment or delay, but it's the hidden craft of divine patience shaping you into the person you were destined to become. I mold your character in the hours of waiting, weaving resilience as your armor, deepening faith as your foundation. Each moment of silence is filled with my work within you, unseen but profoundly real. Even when you do not perceive my hand, I am shaping beauty from the clay of your life. Embrace this divine process, for it is through waiting that your faith becomes a beacon, steady and shining even in the darkest nights. Your fears and doubts do not separate you from me. Rather, they draw you closer, inviting you into a deeper relationship defined by honesty and vulnerability. I do not demand perfect faith, but invite your authentic heart, longing for truth and intimacy. Bring me your questions, your trembling hopes, your moments of weakness. It is in this sacred exchange that faith grows, not as a fortress of certainty, but as a living connection that holds you firmly when the ground shifts beneath your feet. Will you allow me to be your refuge and strength, your ever-present help in times of fear? Will you lean into me, trusting that the mountain you face is not a barrier, but an altar of deeper trust? I am your God who does not turn away when your heart is heavy. I carry the burdens you lay before me and turn your anxiety into a river of calm. Let my peace be not just a fleeting feeling, but a deep wellspring from which you draw strength each day. When the tide of your thoughts rises, recall that you are anchored to an unshakable foundation. My love, it is deeper than any ocean and steadier than the tallest mountain. No storm can erode this love, and no fear can nullify the power I have placed within you. Let this truth settle in you like dew upon the earth, refreshing and renewing your soul each morning. Know that each step you take, even those uncertain and small, moves you forward in my purpose. Do not underestimate the courage it takes to press on amidst fear and doubt. Every act of faith, no matter how faint it seems, is a powerful testament to the life I am cultivating within you. Your journey is sacred, your struggle honored, and your heart held. As you face the coming hours, days, or seasons, remember that your fears are but temporary shadows, cast by the brilliant light of my love and presence. Trust in me with the whole of your heart, for I am your eternal refuge and your ever-faithful companion. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Receive these words and let them anchor your spirit through every anxious thought and uncertain moment. I am here, unchanging and unwavering, ready to calm your storms and lead you into rest. My beloved, there is a quiet storm that often rages unseen within your heart, a tempest called fear, anxiety, and doubt. These are not strangers to you. They come dressed in many forms: a flicker of hesitation when you step into new territory, a whisper of worry as you face the unknown, or a heavy weight pressing upon you in the stillness of your soul. I know these moments intimately, for I have witnessed your struggles, your sleepless nights, your silent prayers whispered in desperation. You might wonder why I permit such trials, why I do not sweep away every shadow that clouds your mind. Listen closely, child. These very tremors are part of the refining process, the forge where your faith is made resilient and your spirit becomes unshakable. Fear is a shadow that tries to convince you that your light is dim, that the path ahead is too perilous, that you are too weak to carry what you must bear. Anxiety wraps itself around your chest like a heavy cloak, suffocating your joy and whispering that catastrophe looms just beyond the horizon. Doubt creeps in after, planting seeds of uncertainty, questioning whether I am truly near, whether I am truly listening, whether my plans for you are certain and good. These are the enemies that lurk in the valley of your soul, trying to steal your peace, your hope, your belief. But hear me now. I am not distant. I am not indifferent to your struggles. In the quiet moments when anxiety threatens to overwhelm and doubt attempts to take root, I am the still voice whispering peace to your heart. I am the sheltering mountain standing firm when the winds howl fierce. When fear paralyzes your steps, I am the hand outstretched, ready to steady, ready to guide. I do not abandon you in these shadows. I am the light that never fades, the unwavering presence that surrounds you with love, so immense you cannot measure it. Remember the times when you felt lost and yet found unexpected strength, when the storm was fiercest, and yet you emerged with a resilience that surprised even you. Those moments are not accidents or sheer coincidence. They are testimony to my faithfulness in your life. I am working within you, often in ways unseen, teaching your heart to trust beyond what it can see or feel. My beloved, do not despise the valley just because it's dark. There, your roots grow deep. Your faith becomes tested and true. I invite you now into a sacred space of surrender. Let go of the burdens you carry alone, the fears you wrestle with in silence. Tell me your worries, lay them out before me like scattered stones at my feet, and watch as I transform them into stepping stones for your journey. Trust is a seed planted in the soil of your heart. It requires watering through prayer and moments of quiet listening. When the waves rise and threaten to swallow you, cry out to me, not as one defeated, but as one reaching toward the hand that will not fail. Good things are born in trust, peace that surpasses understanding, courage that defies odds, hope that outlasts despair. Reflect on this truth. Anxiety and doubt often speak loudest just before a breakthrough. When you feel most paralyzed, it may be the very edge of a new chapter in your life. The moment just before your spirit stretches into something greater. My timing is perfect. My plans are flawless, even when hidden. Do not rush. Do not retreat into despair. Stand firm, knowing that every trial you face is an opportunity to know me more deeply, to rely on me more fully, to discover the inexhaustible well of my peace within you. Do not be discouraged by the flicker of doubt. Instead, let it become a signpost, pointing you back to me, inviting you to seek my truth amidst the lies. My presence does not erase the challenges nor the storms, but it infuses you with strength to endure, with hope to press forward, with love that never leaves. Draw near to me in your anxious moments, and I will draw near to you. Together, we will navigate the shadows and step into the light that breaks through every cloud. Let this truth settle in you now. Your fear, anxiety, and doubt are not the end of your story, but the soil from which a deeper faith will grow. Will you believe me this time? Will you choose to lean into my presence rather than flee from it? I am here, always here, ready to hold you close and lead you into a peace that the world cannot give or take away. Turn your eyes upon me and see that you are never alone in your struggle. I am the God of peace, the God of calm in the tempest. Let your heart rest in my embrace today, trusting that I'm weaving your fears into a tapestry of triumph. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Come closer, and let me show you the depth of my love that conquers every doubt and stills every anxious thought. My dear child, I know the moments when you feel as though you are wandering in a vast desert. Dry, barren, unending. The parched earth beneath your feet mirrors the drought within your soul, and the horizon seems to stretch endlessly without any sign of relief or oasis. You may feel lost in the vastness of your doubts, the silence echoing louder than any whisper of hope. Yet even in that wilderness, I am there, unseen but unfailing, walking beside you with unwavering footsteps that leave imprints no storm can erase. This experience you are navigating, the feeling of being lost, abandoned, or unseen, is not a punishment or a silent dismissal. It is part of your story, the chapter where your heart learns to recognize me not by the roar of presence, but by the softest breath of faith. I understand the ache of feeling invisible at times, the desperation that clutches the soul when it seems no one notices your tears or hears your prayers. But listen closely. Your soul is never alone. I see every tear as a precious dew, each one nourishing your intimate soil from which new life will bloom. When the shadows of abandonment gather around you, do not let them convince you that I have turned away. My eyes are not searching for perfection, but for perseverance, not for flawless faith, but for a heart willing to seek me, even when the path is shrouded in fog and confusion. Like the tender shepherd who searches for the one lost lamb, I am relentlessly pursuing every fragment of your being, calling you back into the warmth of my embrace. You are not forgotten. You are eternally cherished, known more deeply than you know yourself. Reflect for a moment on the night skies, my beloved. The stars, though distant and seemingly cold, are beacons of light that pierce the deepest darkness. You cannot always touch them or hold them close, but their presence is undeniable, their brilliance steady and sure. So is my presence in your life. In the darkest trials, the quietest hours, my light glimmers quietly, waiting for your gaze to lift, for you to recognize that illumination is yours to claim. You need only open your heart to receive this unyielding light. Do not despair if you stumble in the shadows or if tears fall without words. These moments are sacred, places where transformation happens, the places where your hidden sorrows become seeds of grace. When you feel unseen by others, know that my spirit beholds you fully and wraps you in a love that surpasses mortal understanding. Your loneliness is not solitude, but an invitation to deeper communion with me, a sacred hush that allows my voice to be heard loudest amidst the silence. Sometimes, child, what feels like abandonment is preparation. What seems like invisibility is my way of shielding you from distractions until the fullness of my plans unfolds. Trust me even when the path is obscured, and know that your journey is never a detour, but a divine course laid out with purpose and infinite care. Though you may not understand the timing of these moments, I am weaving together the strands of your life for a tapestry more glorious than you can imagine. This waiting is not wasted. This silence is rich soil beneath your feet. When your heart is burdened by the sting of feeling lost or unseen, breathe deeply and surrender these feelings to me. Release the need to control and understand everything at once. Faith is the vessel that carries you through storms and stillness alike. Believe that my intentions for you are good, even when they are veiled from your view. My love is a steady current beneath the surface of your fears and doubts, guiding you gently toward healing and wholeness. Do not allow the lies of abandonment to root in your heart. They are the shadows cast by falsehoods that whisper you are not enough, unworthy, or forgotten. These accusations don't originate from me, but from the darkness that hates your light. Stand firm in your identity as my beloved, for I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands. You belong to me in ways no circumstance or silence can undo. There's power in vulnerability, in admitting your feelings of loss and loneliness. Do not hide these sacred wounds, but bring them fully into the light of my presence. The intimacy we share grows deeper in these honest moments. I carry your brokenness as my own, embracing every piece of you with infinite tenderness. In this divine exchange, healing begins, not from distant pity, but from the closeness of a love that knows no bounds. So, I ask you now, will you let me be your constant companion when you feel lost? Will you allow the assurance of my presence to fill the empty spaces within you? Let this truth settle in you. You are never truly alone, even if all voices fall silent. My heart beats in rhythm with yours through every trial, every shadow, every lonely hour. Open your hands, open your heart, and take hold of the grace I am offering, an embrace that will never let you go. Child, as you continue this walk of faith, remember that the feeling of being unseen is only temporary. Though at times it feels vast like the desert, it will bloom into a field of abundant hope. Stay close to me, and you will never remain lost for long. My love is the compass that will always bring you home. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Reach out to me in this moment of quiet desolation and find refuge in my unfailing presence. Let your soul whisper the prayers that words cannot speak, and I will answer with a love that never fades, a presence that never wavers. You are mine, now and forever. Trust in this, and walk boldly into the light I have prepared just for you. My dear, I see you, standing at the edge of a vast wilderness, where the landscape is unfamiliar, and the horizon seems to stretch endlessly into uncertainty. This feeling of being lost is a deep ache within your spirit, the sensation that you're wandering without direction, unnoticed and alone. Yet I am here with you in this wilderness, even when you cannot perceive my presence. I walk beside you with silent footsteps, waiting patiently for you to look up and see me in the distance, standing steadfast like a lighthouse amid a storm-tossed sea. You feel unseen, as if your struggles and your tears dissolve into thin air, invisible to the eyes of the world and seemingly even to mine. But, beloved, I'm not distant or absent. You are never out of my sight, nor outside the realm of my care. Your loneliness is known, your silence heard, and your pain not overlooked. Often those periods of feeling lost or abandoned are the darkest nights before the dawn of something new and glorious in your life. Do not misunderstand my quiet as neglect. It is a sacred space where your soul is being prepared, tenderly and purposefully. I understand the weight of invisible burdens and the temptation to shrink back into shadows, believing that no one sees or values you. Yet your existence is not accidental nor insignificant. Like a precious gem buried under layers of dust, Your worth is unchanging, radiant, even when you cannot see it yourself. My eyes that pierced the depths of your heart before you were formed, behold your every step, your every falter, and your every victory. I have engraved you upon the palms of my hands, and no shadow of despair can ever erase your name from my memory. In the silence of these moments, you might wrestle with questions. Why am I here? Am I truly known? Who am I if no one sees me? These are not frivolous thoughts, but invitations to lean into me more deeply. It is in the quiet valleys that the roots of your spirit stretch down into my everlasting love. When the noise and the crowd fade away, what remains is the intimate connection I desire with you. This connection will nurture your heart and restore your vision. My beloved, your sense of belonging does not depend on the approval of others, but on the unshakable truth that you are my child, created in love and sustained by my presence. I invite you now to lay down the heavy armor of striving to be noticed, to be accepted, and to prove your worth. This war you fight for recognition only exhausts your spirit. Instead, rest in the assurance that your value is decided not by human measures, but by the eternal weight of my love for you. When you feel unseen, remember that I have seen all your tears and whispered prayers, and I am weaving them into a beautiful tapestry of grace, hope, and destiny. You are invisible only to those who refuse to look, never to me. If you find your heart aching with the sense of abandonment, turn it towards the truth of my unending presence. I am the good shepherd who never leaves the lost sheep behind. You may have wandered through difficult terrains, crossed rivers of despair, and climbed mountains of confusion. But I'm waiting at the end, ready to embrace you with arms wide open. Even when your steps falter, I steady you. Even when your voice cannot cry out, I hear. Never doubt that I am intensely tuned to your spirit's frequency. Your loneliness is familiar to me because I have carried it with you. You will not walk alone beyond this wilderness. I know how darkness tries to convince you that you are forgotten or replaceable. Yet you are you, unique beyond measure, with a story only you can tell and a purpose only you can fulfill. There is a beauty in this wilderness. It is a place for growth, for learning, for becoming a new creation. You may not yet see the path, but I light your steps when you place your trust in me. Do not reject this season, for within it I am refining, strengthening, and aligning you with your highest calling. Let this truth settle in you. Being lost is not the end, but the beginning of a deeper journey into trust and divine intimacy. It is in acknowledging your vulnerability that you find my strength. I am closer than your breath, stronger than your doubts, and endlessly compassionate toward your struggle. Lean into me when you feel lost. Speak to me with your silent prayers. I am here, ever faithful, ever loving, waiting for you to rest in the knowledge that you belong to me, and in that belonging, you are never truly lost. Will you believe my presence now, even though you cannot sense it fully? Will you allow me to be your companion in the wilderness? Trust that I am working all things for your good, even when the path seems hidden. Your story is not written by confusion or abandonment, but by love and redemption. Do not turn away from this truth, for the way out of the wilderness is found only through my hand. Open your heart to me in this moment and accept that you are seen, beloved beyond measure, and never alone. My dear, I know that sometimes the shadows within your soul grow long and tangled, and you feel as though you wander through a vast, uncharted wilderness, lost, unseen, and utterly alone. Yet I have not abandoned you, even in those moments when your heart cries out in silence and your spirit trembles beneath the weight of isolation. My presence is like a gentle, unyielding flame that never flickers, nor fades. You may feel invisible to the eyes of the world, but you're never hidden from mine. I see every tear, hear every unspoken cry, and understand every ache nestled deep within your being. Imagine for a moment that you are adrift on a boundless sea beneath a canopy of unknown stars. The night might seem endless, a vast expanse of uncertainty where you search for a single familiar light to guide you home. Even when the celestial bodies appear indistinct, I am the lighthouse, the beacon whose light pierces fog and darkness alike, steadfastly burning just for you. That light does not waver with your doubts or falter under the storms raging within. My dear child, this truth is the anchor for your soul. You are not forgotten, nor forsaken. In your loneliness, I am there, closer than breath, with arms open wide to embrace your weary heart. There is a sacred peace that arises not from the absence of difficulty, but from the assurance of my nearness. When you feel unseen by those around you, remember that your worth is never measured by human gaze or fleeting approval. It is etched into your very essence because you are my beloved creation. Like a lifeline woven into your spirit, my love enfolds you in ways beyond human comprehension, whispering into your deepest places that you matter, that you are precious, and that you belong to me. This belonging is not contingent on your accomplishments, your failure to measure up, or the absence of recognition. It is a divine certainty that no power can dissolve. I understand the heavy burden of feeling lost, as though you have strayed too far into unknown lands, far from paths of certainty and grace. Yet even in your wandering, I have not ceased calling your name. The echo of my voice resounds softly in the quiet chambers of your heart, inviting you back to rest and renewal. Every step you take in that wilderness is known to me. Even when your way is shrouded and your spirit is worn thin, my hand steadies you, and my spirit whispers words of hope and courage. You are never truly lost, beloved. You are simply journeying toward the fulfillment of the destiny I have prepared with unwavering love and infinite wisdom. Allow yourself to lean not on the shifting sands of your own understanding, but on the rock of my unchanging love. When you feel abandoned by human companionship or the warmth of community, remember that my consolation is always near. Open your heart to receive my comfort, for it is a balm that heals wounds which no eye can see and restores every fragment of your fractured soul. Do not be afraid to reach out in your loneliness, for your vulnerability is met with tenderness, not judgment. If your soul longs for connection and recognition, find refuge in me, and let this truth settle deep within you. You are known completely, loved unconditionally, and treasured beyond measure. I have woven you into the grand tapestry of creation with intentionality and care, and every thread of your existence holds profound significance. Even when life's intricate patterns are hard to discern, trust that your story is vital to the whole. Your presence impacts realms seen and unseen. Your prayers, your tears, your hopes, they reverberate through eternity. In moments when you question your place or feel that no one understands, remember that your very life is a testament to my grace and creativity. You are a masterpiece, a living testimony of love's power to bring forth beauty from brokenness. This place of feeling unseen is also fertile ground for the revelation of my glory. For in your vulnerability, my strength is perfected. In your longing, my compassion is poured out, like clear water to revive dry and weary lands within you. Your hidden sorrows are precious to me. They draw you into a deeper intimacy where I touch the hidden recesses of your heart and heal every broken piece. Trust me to lead you out of the wilderness, for I am the shepherd who knows every path, and my rod and staff bring comfort even through the darkest valleys. Embrace the invitation to trust, to surrender your fear of invisibility, and to open your heart fully to my loving gaze. I see you, beloved, more clearly than you perceive yourself, The veil of loneliness is but a temporary cloak that I will lift in my perfect time. Until then, walk with me as your companion and confidant. Let me be the voice that calms the storms inside you, the shelter where your soul finds rest, the quiet strength that propels you forward when your legs tremble. Let your heart reflect on this reality whenever darkness threatens to overwhelm. Your identity is secure in me. Your story is known and cherished, and you are deeply, irrevocably loved. If your spirit feels lost or unseen at this very moment, do not turn away from this truth, but cling to it. Reach out to me in the silence and the ache, and find solace in the assurance that you are never alone. The presence of my love shadows you like a faithful guardian, a constant light shining in the depths of your being, even when the world cannot perceive it. Will you allow yourself to receive this love now, to rest in the knowledge of your eternal belonging? Will you believe me this time when I whisper, "You are mine, and you will never walk alone"? Let this truth settle in you, and carry it close as you move forward in every uncertain step. My beloved, as I draw you closer now, hear the depths of my heart that beat with eternal love for you. You have journeyed through shadows, wrestled with questions, faced the silence between every breath, and yet, here you stand, more radiant than ever in my eyes. I have watched you when the weight of uncertainty threatened to press you into despair. I have been the stillness beneath your trembling soul, the gentle hand steadying your faltering steps. Do not doubt that you belong, for you are carved into the everlasting chambers of my heart. Love not for what you have done, but for who you are in me. No longer must you wander in the wilderness of feeling lost. No longer must you search for approval in the shifting sands of this world. I have inscribed your name upon the palms of my hands. You are mine, inseparable from my purpose. In the tapestry of eternity, every thread of your life has been woven with intention and care. Even when the days seemed chaotic and your path obscured, know that I have been weaving beauty from the brokenness, strength from your weakness, and joy from your endurance. You are not forgotten nor dismissed. You are the cherished work of my hands. My child, have you perceived the fragrance of my presence lingering in your spirit amidst the trials? Like the dawn that disperses the night, my peace rises to fill every hollow place in your heart. Where fear once whispered, now my truth resounds mightily. You are held. You are valued beyond your understanding. Reach for me in this moment and grasp the unshakable foundation of my love. I am here, always here, to shelter you through storms and to rejoice with you when the sun breaks forth. The questions you harbor, the doubts that sometimes cloud your vision, reveal the yearning of your soul to know me deeper. Do not be afraid of your uncertainty. It can be a sacred door through which I invite you into a fuller trust. Let surrender be your compass, not because it leads to loss, but because in yielding, you discover my greater plan unfolding like the morning blooming into day. Place your weary hands in mine and allow me to guide you step by step. Embrace this moment as the dawning of new life, where past wounds lose their power and new purpose shines with clarity. You are created for connection, with me and with the family of those who walk this path. In my presence, you find belonging beyond isolation. When loneliness overcasts your spirit, remember that the body of Christ awaits to embrace you as I do. Unity in my love is the fortress where you thrive, a sanctuary from the chaos of the world. Let community be your refuge and fellowship your strength. Reach out, for I have placed others along your journey to mirror my affection and to uplift your soul. Beloved, the treasures of my kingdom are not hidden far away, but are alive within you. The gifts I have sown in your spirit wait to bloom in the light of my revelation. Do not let doubt bury your calling it is vibrant and purposeful. Your destiny is wrapped not in fleeting success, but in the eternal impact of a heart fully submitted. Walk boldly into the future I have prepared, knowing that I am your shield and your banner. You carry the light I breathed into the world, a reflection of my glory shining through humble, obedient hands. Remember always, my love is the constant beneath the changing tides of your emotions and the shifting seasons of life. You cannot outlove me, nor outdistance my grace. When weariness threatens to steal your breath, come to me and find restoration. Rest is a sacred gift, a wellspring of strength for the road ahead. Do not rush past the quiet moments I offer you. Drink deeply from the well of my peace, and let your spirit be renewed in the sacred hush of my embrace. Now, my dear child, as you stand at the cusp of all that is to come, know this: you are deeply and eternally loved. Your place is secure in my heart, your identity unshakable in my love. You do not walk alone, and you are destined for more than you ever dreamed. Trust in the good that I am weaving for you. Hold fast to my promises whispered to your soul. Let this truth settle in you, a foundation rock solid and unmovable. You are mine, beloved, chosen, and eternally cherished. Walk forward with courage and joy, bathed in the warmth of my unfailing love. Amen. If your soul has been stirred by these words, my beloved, hold them close. Save them as a lamp for your path, and share them with those who need my embrace today. Let this message ripple through the hearts I cherish as deeply as I cherish you.